from bright to dark.
You went from angel to demon real quick.
Hey everybody,
It's.
I bet you so. You don't interrupt me. You don't do that. No. Hey everybody, ChiefDucky. We are back at it again with another episode of Relic Hunters. I'm super excited to be here again tonight with everybody. Everybody's excited to entertain for another night. I have nothing further to say, so I am going to go ahead and pass it over to the GM.
This guy?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm making sure I'm DMing tonight. Hey everybody out in Twitch land. That's what we're gonna call it. Welcome to Relic Hunters. Tonight we do have a couple announcements. Next week we are taking a week break due to WrestleMania and other obligations. That's all I have to say. No,
yeah,
we're taking a break next week. But when we come back, we actually will have two very special guests in the form of Cookie Cosplay. They will be joining us the following week on, I believe the date is the 14th, if everything lines up correctly. So tune in for that. It should be an extremely fun episode. Tonight's episode is going to be extremely questionable. It'll be very fun. I do want to give a couple shout outs real quick to all the viewers. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. To everybody that's helped us out and my Relic Hunters that have done so wonderfully yet. And I couldn't ask for better players right now. So thank you guys. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart right now. I also do want to shout out, since we do use them, I want to shout out Scabbard. And I want to, I was to say that's the big one right now. Monty Baldwin, who does our art right now, he actually messaged me today, and he's got the images almost done. So he's basically pinning, or he's coloring them shortly, and they all should be done. They're already pinned and almost ready to go.
Heck yeah.
Destructo the ping. Okay, I saw a penguin. That's all I saw. And then I do want to give a shout out to the Savage Army who invited me to their community a couple days ago. Covert Riot being the one that kind of grabbed me in, and he might be a guest coming up in a couple episodes. He has talked to me being interested, and he's never played D&D, so we're going to initiate him correctly. So without further
death.
Yes. Without further ado, I'm going to throw this back to ChiefDucky so he can get us in that beefy, or that excellent
Frankenbean footage.
Yes, the Frankenbean footage.
Okay, so how upset would you be if I said I was in the middle of a Megazord battle right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
You started a Megazord battle live on stream without showing us?
Fuck!
You did. No, I'm not even upset you did it. I'm upset that you didn't show us.
I'm sorry, I'm about to lose because... There, I lost. There, you're fucking happy?
No, because that's losing for the Alliance.
I don't care. Boom, baby, and we are back.
Woo! Sorry, I had to take a bite of beef jerky. Well, this may be werewolf jerky, so Ryan, I apologize.
What?
Werewolf jerky, because you are a werewolf.
Werewolf. All right.
Werewolf.
So last episode we ended off with our wonderful rangers all separated except for Jason, Elvira, and Joe. They are trapped in a room called the swamp, which isn't a swamp, but we'll get that in a minute. Kyle is upstairs. Dean had fled. I won't say fled. He was chasing after something he thought he could get his hands on, and left his friends, acquaintances down in the basement like an idiot. And then Ryan got basically pulled into. That's a close up. I don't like that. Got pulled into a room, or walked into a room, and got surprised by Von Helsing is now standing in front of him. So we're going to start off with Ryan and Von Helsing. So you have just walked into the room, Ryan. Von Helsing is where you thought somebody who looked like your grandfather was.
Yep.
That had been pulled into the room, and now you're standing face to face with Von Helsing. What do? He hasn't said a word.
I mean, is my back to him, or am I facing him now?
Well, the door's shut. I would assume you turn around. You tell me what you did.
Yeah, I would. If the door's shut behind me, then I'm going to turn around towards the door.
Yes. You hear a very country hickish laugh outside the door as he shuts the door from Elcon.
So, Bubba J from... Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He hasn't said a word. Von Helsing has not said. He's staring directly at your soul, though.
Great.
So, are you going to speak, little one?
I didn't expect to see you in here. What'd you do with my grandfather?
You mean the disguise I took? I decided to take something familiar to me.
Familiar to you?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you mean by that?
Me and your, as you call him, grandfather, we're old friends, to an extent.
Friends, right? It's amazing, because he never mentioned anything about you.
No, he wouldn't have. Considering he never dealt with me directly, just my lieutenants.
So, what do you want with me?
Many, many things. Will you grab that book off the shelf, please? And he points to your left, which would be his right, and there is a book that's slightly pulled out of the bookshelf.
And if I don't?
No one knows. I will leave, and you will be stuck in this room for a little bit until your friends can get you out. If you even want to call them friends, you haven't been acting very friendly towards them, as far as I have seen.
Well, if you think you know me like you think you do, you know that I've figured out a lot of things lately.
Sounds like you're doing too much thinking and not enough doing.
It's kind of hard to trust people, isn't it?
That is not my fault.
So how do I know I can trust you right now?
You can't. Grab the book.
I'm going to stare him down as I walk to the bookcase.
He's going to laugh. We almost had a spit take, and that was wonderful.
Okay.
The book is a red book.
Is there a title or anything on it?
Nope, it's a blank book.
All right, I pull it off the shelf.
Okay. As you pull it off the shelf, both the books that you have on your hips, because I assume you have your grandfather's book on one side and your father's book
because they can't be in the same. Yeah, they can't be in the same place.
Yep. So as you pull, both of them open up on your sides, and this one, as you pull it off, attempts to open up. Do you let it open, or?
Yeah, I let it open.
Roll a d6.
Oh, that was off. 6.
Roll a 6. Okie dokie. As you the book, and you said you do let it open?
Yeah.
All right. The book does open, and it opens to a page of, to you, are very odd looking scribbles and whatnot. They look like, I don't know, I had them here. Where'd they go?
Okay.
They are glyphs. The book, the page that this book has flipped to is full of them.
Okay.
You don't know anything about these things.
Okay, so I look up at him and go, what? Nothing I've ever seen before. Why are you laughing?
If you would have spoken to your friends, maybe they would have filled you in.
My friends have told me I wasn't ready for any of the information.
Well, I disagree with them. But perhaps we can make a deal, young Redwood.
A deal?
I will give you the information, or at least some of the information you were searching for. In turn, you have to get me something.
What would you possibly want?
Drax's daughter is wearing a brooch. I require that brooch.
And what's so special about this brooch?
Or not brooch. Oh, crap. Elvira, remind me. Hairpin, correct? Or brooch?
It's more like a beret.
Beret. There we go. It had a B on it. Beret. There we go.
I mean, you could use it as a brooch, I guess.
What's so special about this beret?
That is something you do not need to know. It is just, if you want the information you're searching for, you will get me this beret.
You know, I'm kind of tired of hearing they don't need to know this stuff right now. Kind of getting tired of it. So
Well,
if
then
you
go to
really-
sleep, Wolf.
Go kill another monster, Hunter.
I have slain many monsters and left many alive to become my lieutenants.
Listen, if this is something that you really want and you want me to do it, there's a little bit more than what these ancient hieroglyphs mean. A little more information is a little...
Oh, you're wanting a little give and take then, correct?
Isn't this how this game works?
You still think this is a game? Oh, juvenile fool. Anyway, I guess these glyphs, I won't tell you what they mean, but they do relate to your father and your guardian, which I'm not really sure where he is at this moment. But you do need to remember, I need that beret. And as he starts to back up into the bookshelf.
That's it? That's all you're going to give me?
Until you give me the beret, I will give you the full story of your father if you get me that beret. As he does this, he fades into the bookshelf. He is gone.
And I say out loud, I go, what, am I just supposed to meet you back here?
The door opens. Yeah, you're supposed to meet him back there. Just come, and I don't know. And you see Elcon flee a little bit. We're gonna jump over to Kyle real quick. Kyle, you were upstairs searching for who knows what. You were following what you thought was the shadow thing, and then and where were you headed? What were you doing?
Well, I was gonna head back upstairs, and
Oh, you're already
I ran-
upstairs.
well, I know I'm saying preferencing from last episode.
Okay.
I'm running upstairs, seeing if I can either find the shadow or possibly somehow run into because he's invisible.
It's not. It's There's the closed mouth. Not
Or like,
There you go. So
eh.
as Game's upstairs, he's also gonna head directly to Ivo, Z, and Bill's room.
Oh, you're gonna head to the big room. Okay. Well, roll me a d6, please.
3.
Okay. Not enough. As you're in the hallway, you go to turn right into the foyer, and you are stopped. Bob the Blob is now standing in front of you. Standing. He is literally like he has made himself the size of the door, and is standing there. Where you going?
We gotta go talk to Ivo, Z, and Bill. N has escaped.
And
Well, haven't seen today.
Well, you can't see. He's invisible.
I'm the guardian. I can feel your presence, or his presence. Mm-hmm.
Well, since you can feel his presence, is he still in the building? Okay, so can you detect directly where he is?
Nope. I'm not that powerful.
But yet you can feel his presence. Okay.
I can feel a lot of things.
oh,
Didn't need to know that. All right. Well, I would still like to go talk to Ivo, Z, and Bill so I can get their help.
I'll go get Ivo for you. Literally, you see part of him pull off, and you see literally a 3-foot tall blob walk toward the door. You can see through him, and you see him walk through the door. Hey, you hear this whole conversation, by the way, Kyle?
Just
Hey.
let you know, everyone's froze. I couldn't see it.
No, it just knocking. Hey, Ivo, I need to talk to you. Ivo. Then on the other side of the door, you do hear, "I'm busy. What do you want?"
I just shout, escape.
You see the door open slightly, and then you actually see a foot smash the 3-foot Bob to the floor. It just,
I saw an invisible foot squish Bob.
you see Bob go and with the footprint indented, the 3-foot Bob. Then you hear, roll me a d6.
Oh boy.
6.
All right. You were able to see and move out of the way before it hits you, but you see a very large, literally almost as the size of the door, figure literally smash through Bob the Blob in a man-shaped hole and hit the wall. And you see Bob up on the wall, and you hear, hey, don't do that again. You see that's Bob talking, and then all of a sudden, you feel the back of your shirt being gripped.
Oh, not this again.
Hey, hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm not used to being out of the room. I'm usually at the bench, but who escaped?
The-
No, escaped?
Yes, he escaped. Your 4th member escaped.
Shit.
He's after to go. Well, not after. He's trying to locate this golden figure that's not on our side.
Golden fig. Oh, he's after. Oh.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
Wait.
And you hear footsteps.
I need your guys' help. I'm not trying just to inform you. I'm trying to work with you.
You can't help us with this matter. By the way, my name's Z.
man.
And you feel a hand on your shoulder because you can't really shake his hand.
Kind of figured. So, since Dean just heard this information, he's just gonna ball up his fist and punch the wall because he's so pissed.
You punch the wall, and you hear from behind you, "Don't ruin my castle." Or, not my castle. Good. Drag didn't hear me. Don't punch the wall, you dumbass.
I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna go back downstairs with the team.
Okay, we're gonna jump to our 3 that are that got tossed. We're rewinding time a little bit. So Jason, Elvira, and Joe, you got sucked into the room. The door closed. As you got sucked in the room, you landed in the middle of a very, very floor. This is easily 100 foot around. extremely tall. It goes all the way up, and there's actually not an opening, but basically a big old skylight. And you do see up next to the skylight, you do see like windows that are, it looks like lining the top. You can't see into the windows or anything, but you were in basically just a very open area. There's no gold. It's a flat area. It looks like it's concrete on the ground. There's one door, and that's the way you guys came in, and it looks like it's bolted, like super bolted. So you guys land. What do y'all want to say?
Where are we?
What happened to your voice again? Oh my god.
Me don't know. Me confused.
I'm confused too.
Yeah.
You all hear above you, woo!
Hub, loud noise.
Thank
welcome.
you.
It's the clapping's still going. I'm just not going to keep clapping.
I'm perceiving around for where the clapping is coming from.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where it's coming from. I said,
Roll.
loud clap, where come?
Okay. Roll me d6s, all of you, please.
Okay.
Everybody is still morphed, by the way. So 6, 5, 3. Okay, all of you notice the clapping is actually coming from above you. It sounds like it may be coming from the windows and stuff, or from the windows lining that close to the top. And all of a sudden, you hear a voice that echoes through the chamber, through the swamp, and you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our 3 contestants. Today we have a special treat for all of you. The Relic Hunters have been chosen to fight in our wonderful arena."
As soon as that man started talking, Elvira's going to be like, I already don't like this.
Oh, me don't like this.
I'm just watching Joe's face, and it's wonderful.
Do you need some decongestant or something?
Again, you hear the voice come over, and now our contestants today will be fighting one of our most fiercest fighters. Please welcome, and then you hear, "Ah!"
Oh my god.
What happened?
A door starts to open up slowly, directly across from the other door, or not a door, but basically the wall starts to raise up, and it hits about 10 foot, it keeps going, hits about 20 foot, hits about 30 foot, hits about 40 foot, and stops. And then all of a sudden, everybody please roll me d6. Before I do this, Andrew, what are you putting your +1 in today?
Let's do defense.
Defense? Okay, Andrew and Elvira and Jason, please add your +1 to this roll
Okay.
for your defense.
Aha, I did kick correctly. Oh wait, isn't it 2 dice?
For this one it's 1. So 5 for Jason, 3 for Joe.
So 1
Even with your
and the +1 for the
Okay, so you got 2. Okay, Joe and Jason, you are able to roll out of the way as you see a giant blue flame come out of this opening,
Oh,
and you hear a roar. Sorry, that was not a good roar for me. Out of this opening, you see a large green scaly creature that looks like... I'm echoing. Hello?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
I hear you.
Okay, I echoed really bad in my headset, so... Alright, but you see a large green scaly creature, looks like a giant lizard, and the flames stop, but you see the scales on the back that were glowing blue slowly start to fade. And it steps into the arena with you 3.
Joe, we fight?
What?
Oh yeah, it has the range attack. So much for me flying out
Joe,
of here.
we fight?
Oh, fight. Okay.
Fight, yes.
I
Fight.
guess.
You hear from the beast above. He's as tall as that door was.
Yeah.
And you hear from the beast. You hear, "Help!"
Wait, it just said help?
Speak.
Please, everybody, roll me a d6 to see if you see this.
Damn it.
Oh,
2,
yeah, guys.
4.
Damn today.
Nobody sees this. Never mind. And again, the beast doesn't look like it's trying to attack you just yet. But it's standing there very menacingly, and you hear the crowd cheering. Elvira, since you did get hit by this, you are going to take 8 damage.
I was waiting for you to tell me how much damage I took.
Yeah, that was my bad.
And I was like, there's no way he just let that go.
Okay, so now this is going to start combat. Will you guys roll me a d6 to see if one of you guys rolls first, or if it's the giant beast? Has anybody recognized this beast yet, like out of game?
Is it not Godzilla?
It is Godzilla.
Yeah.
Well, TM.
I was gonna say.
Godzilla. All right,
Jason, you are actually going to start us off.
Wow.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
So approximately how far is the beast, Godzilla, TM? About how many feet away is it?
It just stepped into the room. Like I said, the room's about 100 foot around.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably, you guys are back up against the wall after dodging the flame attack. You are separated. Joe, you rolled left. Jason, you rolled right, and Elvira, you got stuck right in the middle. But you're probably, I'd say you're about 30 to 40 feet away. This is a very large creature, so.
Joe, me distract. You take him down. And then I'm going to run as fast as I can while charging up electricity to headbutt this thing.
Okay, roll me a d6 for your charge up electricity, and then depending on what your d6 is, I'll let you know.
As he's running doing this charge, Elvira's gonna yell. Elvira's gonna yell, "Yeah, use that head for something!"
As you yell this, you hear up above in the rafters, you hear 3 people go, Godzilla!
Oh, no.
Oh,
You rolled a 5. You were able to charge electricity. Roll me 2d6 plus 3 for this headbutt. This is for the attack, so not the damage.
Oh, that's a 14.
Nice.
That was a beautiful rendition of 14.
Yes, it was. You should be on. Oh, never mind. I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, you definitely hit this thing. I will allow you to either keep your roll, or if you want to re-roll with the same 2d6 plus 3 for the damage.
I want to re-roll for damage.
You want to re-roll for damage? Okay. Keep in mind before you roll, everybody, you still have 4 spins remaining from last week.
I'm not using any.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just letting everybody know.
I thought I was going to have to use one. I thought I was fighting Von Helsing.
No, you were not.
Oh,
You would not have won.
That's crazy. That's 15.
Woo!
Oh.
You deal 15. Did you jump, or did you just run into its belly or
let me
knee?
explain this.
Okay,
He
okay.
headbutted his crotch.
After I tell Joe, me distract, you attack, I just take off running, like full on, like just blitzkrieging this thing. I jump up and like put my arms to my side and torpedo straight into its chest.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna
Nice
say you hit its
flex.
belly, not its chest, because it's tall.
Oh, okay, it's belly.
Okay. So, and you did 15 damage, correct?
Yep.
Okie dokie. As you hit this thing's stomach, you hear again a giant roar, and then you hear help, and all of a sudden you feel you are now coated in something.
Oh, what is this?
Elvira and Joe, you see this, and the crowd goes nuts because they just watched this giant creature vomit all over you whenever you hit
Oh,
its stomach. There we go.
Did it vomit all over all of us or just him?
Just him. It went. Help.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, these shoes are hurting my feet. All right. Who are you passing it to, Jason? You're at the foot, covered in vomit.
Yeah, vomit. Yeah, I'm passing it.
G vomit.
I'm passing it to Joe.
Joe. Joe, roll me a d6.
Oh no.
Oh, guys, is Joe gonna puke? Oh, no.
What?
Yes, because she did that action, Joe, and you rolled a 1 in your helmet.
Oh,
Oh, bro.
It slightly fogs your view. You get a -1 on your next roll.
Oh, my
Damn
God.
it.
Why? What
She
is-
rolled a 1. She rolled a 1 after making the.
Oh, no. Honey.
Sorry.
No.
Hey, when you guys play into it, I'm gonna play back. So
I hate to do this to myself, but I have to be true to her character. Elvira is a sympathy vomiter.
okay, let me hear it.
I'm going to make a similar check because not with the thing vomiting. Screw that thing. It was her friend vomiting. She doesn't like the noise.
I'm gonna also-
Okay, roll me a d6.
I'm also going to interject. Me no feel good.
Both of you roll me d6s.
I rolled a 3. I hope that works.
The 4 makes it. The 3 does not.
Oh, check it out.
So Jason, you start to vomit, but you're able to kind of control it. Elvira, you go all over your helmet. Instead of getting a -1, you get disadvantage to your next roll.
Okay, because she's not going to stop because the sound of her making the guttural noise will remake her vomit. She can't stand it.
Oh God! So
Elvira, don't.
Her helmet's filling with puke
So-
right
so
now.
she's
What
like-
the fuck?
She's like gotten down on her knees and it's like would be doing the gut wrenching like motion, but it's just not going anywhere.
Continuous vomiting inside Ranger helmet. Do you remove your helmet? I'm going to get back to Joe's turn. Do you remove your helmet to make sure you don't choke?
Oh
Yes.
for sure. If I
I
have
was gonna say I'm gonna take it
Okay.
off.
Okay. Yes. Both of you remove helmets. That's fine. Joe, what do you want to do? It's your turn.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take out my weapons. Relic armaments appear.
Mask in one hand, whip in the other.
Okay.
Oh wait! I
and-
forgot. Meow.
Meow.
Nobody got to
And
morph this
I'm-
episode, so don't wow.
No woms this time.
back to
And-
action.
I'm gonna take a running charge at Godzilla TM's
Godzilla TM.
feet. I'm gonna take the whip and try to wrap it around one leg and take the mask and try to slash the other one
Okay, so you're wanting to
as I'm
whip and
going
whip and
as I'm
slash.
going
Whipping
between
Nene.
the legs
Okay.
and hopefully tripping him.
I know what she's doing. I know exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, she's boom, slash, and go under to try to
Yeah.
pull,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yep. Roll me for this awesome role play. Even though you vomited in your helmet and I said the -1, you did take your helmet off. I'm going to give you a +2 on this one because this is fantastic role play in my opinion. So along with your weapons, you're using both of them. First, roll me 2d6 to see if you succeed. And this will be with the +2.
Come on, Big Minnie. I'm gonna use a spin.
Oh. Shit.
Oh, sweet. Okay. ChiefDucky, please spin us.
Oh, you spin my head right round, round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. I'm gonna keep that on on a tab so I can fucking do that. All right, okay, spinning the wheel.
Big Minnie!
+1 to next roll.
Hell yeah.
So this is a +3, and you have
Hell
3 spins
yeah.
left.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
12.
Nice. Okay, you succeed. Now roll with your weapon. Since you're using both your weapons, roll me 3d6 plus 1. You're using both your weapons. This allows you again more rolls. So,
How about some stealth?
oh, you want to try to stealth this?
Yeah, I get a +1 for stealth.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and let you use your stealth on this since you're trying to basically slide without notice. So yeah, that's fine. So that'll be a plus 3d6 plus 2.
12.
Okay.
Okie dokie. You are able to slide under, pull. You deal 12 damage to this creature.
Hell yeah.
Gotta write that down. As you do, Elvira still sitting in front of this creature, and Jason, Elvira, I'm not. Yeah, go ahead. Both of you guys roll me 1d6.
Oh, shit.
This is not defensive, so you do not get your plus. This is basically to try to roll out of the way.
Guys, watch
3.
out!
And Elvira, what'd you roll?
6.
Okay. Elvira, you look up just in time to see, as you're vomiting, you look up and go, oh, crud. You're able to roll out of the way. You did roll a 6, so I will say you grabbed your helmet in time, and you did get out of the way.
If I may, for the purposes of visual, it wasn't like a heroic roll. It was kind of like she fell over, like kind of sick roll, and then she just happened to avoid the thing. She was actually grabbed the helmet to vomit in it.
I imagine this is blood. Jason, you did not roll high enough. This monstrous beast has fallen directly on top of you. Luckily, you do have a little bit of strength. It did not squish you.
I was about to say, can
but
I do a strength check to see if I can lift it and toss it off of me?
It is not your turn. You can do that on your turn.
Okay, I was about to say, I would still take the damage. I wouldn't mind still taking the damage. Just like.
Well,
It's
I'm trying to think. Hold on. So it would land, and you're just wanting basically just try to lift it off of you.
Like, I want to be able to like. I think that's fair. Like as it's falling on me, roll to see if I'm able to brace myself. Because this thing is just
roll me a d6.
Because this thing is just free falling on top of me.
Oh yeah.
So,
Go ahead and roll me a d6 to see if it happens. You gotta beat a 4 is what you gotta beat.
Thank God I rolled a 5.
Roll a 5. You are able. You still take the damage. You take 15 damage from it landing on you.
Fine, I'll still take that.
And as you do, you're able to brace just enough to catch yourself. I will allow you. Do you want to push it to the side, or do you just want to try to? You're not going to be able to throw it. Basically, you're moving.
Okay, so
Because the way it's falling, you're right in front of it. You're right at its the lower belly part.
I want to like roll it off to where I'm not gonna roll it on top of Joe or Elvira.
Okay, so that'll be to the left.
Yeah, so I want to be able to do this. Like just.
Sounds good. I will allow you to do that. You roll. As you roll this again, all of you hear help.
Joe, Elvira, hear voice?
Yeah.
Yes. Bleh.
No, puke. No. But help.
Yeah.
It wants help.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't fight and talk.
Jason, please roll me a d6 real quick.
Okay, that's also a 4.
Okay. You're safe on that one. Your eyes have just turned purple. You feel a rage building inside of you.
Oh no.
Area.
Are you okay? Oh, that is not good.
Back to the battle. Joe, who are you passing it to?
Elvira.
My
So-
heart.
TM.
Yes.
So Elvira's going to stand up and shake out her helmet for just a quick moment, and then is going to say, "Relic armament, come forth, blood silver." Going to pull off her hip, her rapier,
Call it the name you called it. You winced whenever you called that weapon. I'm not going to have this. Call it what you want to call it. Right now, Elvira.
I was going to call it Lavosa, but you changed the name.
And I will change it back.
Because
Call it...
on a very sensitive organ, thank you.
Okay. So your weapon does appear in your hand.
Hey, I got a whole wow. I'm so proud. Usually I get like, wah.
Well, it's because you actually put some oomph into this one. Besides sauerkraut jumping on your organ.
That's okay. And then she's going to run forth and stab at the bad guy. I don't know how he fell to describe where I'm actually stabbing.
So basically, you get up, and it'll be to your left, because you rolled right. It'll be to your left. Basically, you're going to try to stab into the giant Godzilla.
Yes.
Okay.
Say that name one more time?
Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
I don't have to TM if I mumble. Godzilla.
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 Rosilla, there we go. Rosilla.
Godzilla.
As she's going to be like, yes, hello, mockingly.
So you're, are you wanting to do anything, or are you just wanting to try to stab and pierce?
No, just going to do the stab and pierce. We're testing its hide is what we're actually doing. Ah!
Josh, Game Master.
Yes.
Okay, you said that Jason was overcome with rage, right?
Yes.
Would it be acceptable?
No.
If I tried to block Elvira's attack?
Yes, it would. Elvira, you're gonna roll off 1d6 each.
Oh, he beat me.
Dang.
Oh shit.
So Elvira, go ahead and roll me your 2d6 plus 2 for your weapon's attack.
I mean, sure. That is 9.
Alright. Jason, tell me what you want to do since you have now stepped in front of this weapon attack.
Okay, I'm gonna have to re-roll. I'm gonna have to roll again for the follow-up to this. But I'm going to throw her. My gauntlets are still on. I still have my gauntlets, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to burst like a small burst of electricity and just smack my arm up, connect with her sword, and toss it away.
Go ahead and roll me the 1d6 to see if your electricity does funnel, because you did use it last turn. So.
No, wait, no. If I use it last turn, I can't use it again because you have to have if it's a recharge every other turn.
If you use something super powerful.
Okay. Like
so that's why I'm. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Thank you for checking me though.
Okay.
Also, in the sense of fairness, the rapier is bare metal. So, do I need to roll to see if it functions more like a rod than a?
I got you. As he's charging and swiping away at your rapier, he does hit because he did roll a d6. As it does, instead of knocking the rapier away, it sends a shockwave. And that's what you rolled for, Elvira. You dealt 9 damage to yourself because the electric shoots through your sword into your hand, knocking you back a good 10 feet.
Oof.
Okay.
And dealing 9 damage.
As this is happening, Jason is going to look at Elvira with... Actually, I'll look into the camera and fucking do it. Stop. This is mine.
You would see the glow of purple eyes through the helmet, Elvira.
Ooh, the eyes are pretty. The attitude is ugly.
Jason is going to clench his gauntlets and just clang them together. Clung, clung. Keep trying me, vampiress. Your smart mouth will land you in hot water.
Elvira, not one to back down, is going to look at her. And she doesn't do it very often, but she's going to actually show Fang and say, promise?
You see the fang through the helmet.
Oh yeah, this is going to be one.
All of you hear the crowd is going nuts. Just, woo! Oh my god! Ah!
But she shows Fang, and then she whispers, or says soft enough that the crowd doesn't hear, and she's like, man, you are really playing this up.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
run in.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna run in between the two of them.
Okay.
You all need to stop.
About this time, we're gonna jump real quick. I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off real quick. I'm gonna jump real quick. Kyle and Ryan, you both are now downstairs. Kyle, you said you were headed back downstairs, and Ryan, you were coming out of the room. You hear this commotion from the door to the swamp. You hear this big, loud thud, fire. Yes, yes, Jason.
Okay. Also, real quick, thank you again, Robin, for 3 months in a row for the Twitch Prime sub. No
Woo!
one, no. All right, continue.
All right. Yes, Kyle and Jason, you guys, like as you guys, Kyle, you're coming down.
He's talking about me, not Trevor.
Yeah.
You said Jason. It's me and Kyle.
I say Jason.
Yeah.
My bad. Ryan. There we go. I apologize. I mess up sometimes.
Red and blue. Red and blue. Red and blue.
Anyway, Ryan
It's
and
the
Kyle.
blues connection.
Yeah. Gosh dang it. Ryan and Kyle, you guys meet up. Ryan, you're coming out of the door very bewildered after that conversation you had. And Kyle, after everything you just saw and witnessed, you guys are now in the long corridor before the door. And you hear all this commotion as you guys meet up. You hear the commotion. You hear you hear all of it, basically. And the big thump.
What's going on?
I don't know, but sounds like our friends need us.
Yes, I do. All of you hear that, or you two hear that.
Elkan?
Yeah.
Let us in the room.
Hang on. No, hold on, Elkan. Am I talking to Kyle or am I talking to Dean?
You're talking to Dean, and I'm not in the pleasant of moods right
The
now.
dummy of the group.
Yeah, well, I'm not in the best of moods either.
Y'all better brighten up. Your friends need you.
Khan, would you please let us in the room?
Yeah, you know what, Con? I'm not real happy with you either right now. So if you would like Dean and I to kick your ass right now, say another word.
Oh, you want to challenge me again? Let's go in the arena. About that time, the door opens up.
Thank you,
arena?
Khan.
Don't thank me. Y'all gonna get some ass whooping.
Not some ass whooping.
So without even looking at Khan or acknowledging him, Dean just walks right into the arena.
Am I?
Con was not there. You only heard his voice. There we go. I have beef jerky in my lip to give me more
For
southern
the
accent.
record, Josh, I grabbed the red book from the room. Josh,
Yo.
I grabbed the red book out of the library.
Oh, you're gonna take it with you?
Yes, I brought everything with me.
That is fine.
Okay.
Write it down on your items, please.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, walk into the arena.
Now we're gonna get back to the every.
Wait, does Elvira get to walk in?
Sorry, audience. I'm asking the GM questions on the side. Just
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Sorry. I had to make sure that's allowed because I didn't want to say it on stream if it couldn't because it's really cool. And thus, there is silence. I'm going to fill the silence with, "Hi, everybody. How are you enjoying the show so far? Yes, Jason is he's a pretty salty boy."
How nice of you to bring Coda to the fight tonight. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Coda to Zanaku in like 2 seconds.
Anyway.
Now that we're back, sorry, I had to take a drink too. You guys
Did
enter,
Elvira
and
see them step in?
you guys are in the middle of a fight. Actually, you three, Joe, Jason, and Elvira, roll me a d6 to see if you notice out of the peripherals. Joe, yours is going to be a lower. Okay, good. Joe, you still see them because you're facing them. You've got both hands up and you're facing the door, so the direction you came from. Kyle and Ryan, you see Joe standing here like this between Jason and Elvira, looking like they're getting ready to fight. And the giant Gorgilla lizard thing standing or laying next to them.
I think this would also be one or both of your guys' time seeing Elvira actually show Fang at somebody.
The only one that saw Fang was Joe and Jason.
Also,
But as you walk in, she's gonna kind of loud whisper to you, and she's gonna be like, "This is like a pro wrestling ring, you guys." And boy over there is super into it.
oh my god, hold up.
I know. I'm fading off a screen right now because I'm itching my foot.
That's okay. So I do have a question. So is the Gojira thing incapacitated, or is it still moving?
Gurgila is still moving, just slightly.
Okay.
So do Ryan and Dean hear what Elvira said?
Yes, you're all in the room. You guys can hear each other, and plus you got everybody's got helmets on. So
as Dean hears that, he immediately loosens up and goes, "What color are his eyes?"
And at
Who's
this,
eyes?
Purple.
At this point, I want to rip off my helmet.
oh, you don't want to try to take it off. You want to rip it off.
Gah!
All right, roll me a d6.
Oh, whoa, 5.
5.
Yeah.
As you rip your helmet off, it literally snaps in half, and your helmet. And whenever it snaps in half, the clutch is released. So technically, it's in 4, and it falls to the floor. 4 on the floor.
Ooh, I really hope we know how to fix that.
I somewhat do.
It's the
Kinda,
morphing
maybe.
grid.
So now all of you see purple eyes on Jason.
Ooh, once again, pretty.
Dean, what does that mean?
He got taken over by rage.
Ooh.
Rage.
Jason,
Wait,
you
wait,
need
Do I hear?
to control it.
Yes.
Okay.
You know how to. It's deep within you.
I'm going to whip around and aim my palm at Dean. Be quiet. I didn't ask anything from you. This is me controlling it. I love this feeling.
Ooh.
Woohoo! The darkness got a hold of him this time, boys.
You be quiet, little one.
Oh, you just heard the voice. You don't see Elcon.
Oh, I don't? Okay, sorry.
No, you hear the voice. God dang it. I'm gonna talk like this, GM, straight up.
It's gonna be a hoot
Well,
nanny.
with the jerky in your mouth, it kind of fits the part. Anyway.
Mhm.
Let's continue.
So
It's Dean, yeah.
Dean sees that. He's just going to go, "You're lucky because you have your own body. You can control it. It is you inside your own head. Unlike me, I don't have a body. So you're privileged. Control your damn mind."
Ooh, get him, boy.
I'm sorry. Do you think you're talking to Jason? Crystal Curse. Activate.
Ooh.
Wow,
Ooh.
wow.
Oh, did I break everybody?
That was about as climactic as I pictured it
The
being.
crystal curse broke the internet.
As he says this, all of you see, literally, he starts to glow a green hue. He starts to expand. The suit starts to grow. You see he doesn't have a helmet on. You literally see his face. Since he doesn't have the helmet on, his skin literally starts to peel off of his face. He is becoming extremely large. I say extremely. He's probably about, I'd say about 8.5 foot tall now, and he's as big as Dean morphed. Maybe a little bit bigger actually, like buff wise. And that's how that you guys see all of this. Gauntlets actually crack, and you see actually like light starting to come forth from the gauntlets. It looks like they have cracked open.
That's gross.
That can't be good.
Oh my god.
Anybody
Jason?
else's responses?
Yeah,
So now we have to deal with him and Gojira.
Gojira.
Okay, so this is out of character question. So in the combat with Gojira, is this going to be a new combat, or is this?
We took a slight sabbatical combat. We're
Okay.
getting ready to get back into combat as soon as all of talking is done. Talking's not done yet.
Well, yeah, I know it's not. But I was just curious as to what the order was going to be.
Yeah. Probably. Well, we're basically going to restart combat. Is whenever we get back to it.
That's absolutely fair. Okay, so yeah, so I've already shifted. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else.
Anybody else have anything to say?
Before
I was going to say to the reaction of his crystal activation.
I'm at the same time I'm pissed, and I want it to stop.
Okay.
But I just kind of.
Are you going to turn to Jason and try to talk to him? Are you going to back up? What are you doing?
I'm just gonna stand there and let him get as mad as he wants to.
So.
Like a little kid throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
Kyle, do you have anything else to say, Dean-wise?
Jason, I don't want to fight you. You need to learn how to control this. I can help you.
And you need to control your mouth.
As you
That's
laugh,
perfectly fine.
you hear behind you, everybody hears this, Gojira. What's going on? You start to see this giant lizard shrink slowly, and it starts to turn back into, it looks very human-esque as it starts to, the arms start to extend, and at the end of it you see this very, very small, I'd say 4.5 foot, maybe 5 foot child laying on the floor with a slit calf, where the and then your lasso would still be around the other leg, but it's loosened now, basically laying on top. And you see a big this child basically has there's a hole in the stomach of the shirt because they're laying on their side, and there's a hole in the stomach, and it looks like it's been electrified and kind of fried. It looks like burn marks, singes on the stomach, and you see this little child laying there writhing in pain. I told you to help me, not hurt me.
To be fair, I didn't actually get to touch you.
I know, but they did.
She kind of like holds her rapier a little tighter, and she's like, clearly I didn't get a choice in that matter.
All right, now we're going to go back into combat. We're going to start with this child in combat. So, this child stands up, very wobbly, obviously, slash on calf and everything, and hobbles towards the back of Jason and puts a hand on the back of Jason. Jason, roll me a d6.
Lightning bolt.
The aura on the back of you throws the child against the wall 50 feet away. Just wow.
Ooh.
The child slams against the wall. Roll me 3d6, please.
Damn. That's my D6. 12.
The child takes 12 damage.
Ooh.
Okay. Then the child's laying on the ground. The child's passed out. So now I'm actually going to pass this to... this was the good guys. So I'm going to pass this to Elvira.
Elvira, at this point, is actually just going to stand down. She's going to just wait and see how things progress. But she's going to, I guess, prep an action for if Jason tries to swing at her in any way, shape, or form. She's ready to dodge.
Basically, you just want to prep a counterattack or something like that, or defense.
Yeah.
That is fine. Who are you passing it to? We've got bad guys and all the hunters.
Bad guys.
You want to pass the bad guys?
Bad guys.
All right. All of you hear a voice. I got to get my dip in. Hold on. There we go. All of you here. Oh, Ryan and Kyle, you guys asked for it. I told y'all to stay out of my dungeon, out of my place, and you guys come in here and come in my gauntlet. Now y'all fucked. And you hear the door open. The door has closed by this time. The wall opens again, and you see this 10-foot tall battle mech. Literally guns on the side, lined up. You see a giant, what looks like a missile launcher raised up from the back. and you see a little clover on the front. He goes, I'm not going to take you out with these guns. Watch this. He grabs the clover and throws it. Everybody roll me a d6 with defense.
Okay, since I'm... okay, so...
Woo!
With my form and everything, do I get like a bonus to my defense?
You would get an extra +1 to that, so you would get a +2.
Okay.
Ryan, did you add your agility to that?
Oh no, then that's 7, sir.
Okay.
I
So
rolled a 3.
7, 5, 4, 5, and Elvira, what'd you roll?
3.
3. Okay. So it goes by. Ryan, you are able to dodge out of the way. Kyle, it comes at you next. You are able to duck, dip, dive, duck, and dodge, and it misses you. Joe, it slashes you across the helmet. You did not roll high enough. And it deals 4 damage, leaving a green slash mark across, or an orange slash mark across your helmet. Jason, it swings by you next. And what did you say you rolled? A 6? 5. It barely misses you. It basically your green aura causes it to spin a little bit, and instead of heading back to him, it heads directly towards Elvira. Elvira, you rolled a 3?
I got a 3.
All right. It hits you directly in the face, in the helmet, and it lodges itself in the helmet, knocking you back 20 feet.
Oof. To be
Dealing-
fair, I don't have the helmet on.
I thought you said you put the helmet back on.
No, she took it off because it was full of vomit.
Well, instead of landing directly in your forehead then, because that would kill you, and you did roll at least high enough not for me to kill you, it takes off a chunk of your hair. And instead of knocking you back, it knocks you to the ground, but it literally mohawk shaves you directly right in front of the hair. You still take 14 damage.
Ooh, okay. Reflexively, she's gonna look for the beret.
Yeah, it does take the beret off your head.
Okay, you're going to bend down and pick it up. And then just nothing but rage and fury in her.
It is not your turn. You're not able to pick it up yet. Because it was launched. Whenever it shaved you, the clover went back to him, and the beret is at least 15 feet away behind you. So now do
I notice this flying through?
Yeah,
the air?
everybody would see all of this.
Okay, great.
I am actually going to pass this to Jason. I want to see what this big behemoth can do.
Okay, so Joe's in front of me, Dean's in front of me, right?
It basically you're standing here, and I'm going to do this sideways here.
Okay.
You're here.
Okay.
Joe.
Okay.
Dean is up here.
Yeah.
Ryan. Elvira. So in a line, you see Joe and Elvira, and then to your right would be Dean and then Ryan, and then to your left would be Elkan.
Okay, I know this has never been done before in any of your D6 campaigns, but I want to ask this, and I'm willing to do this. I will sacrifice 2 turns for a 2-part attack.
Describe the attack, and I'll let you know if I can do this, or you can do this.
I know. It's a stretch of the imagination, but what I wanted to do is jump straight up. The first move is to jump straight up into the air and slam down, causing a seismic wave, knocking them off their feet, and then whip around and hold my hand out and blast Elkan.
So you want to slam and bow?
Yeah, I want to slam, send a shockwave big enough to just knock them off their feet. And then since Elkon's in the room now, I just want to whip around because I'm just attacking everything.
Right. Yeah, you're basically a berserker right now. Is basically what you've became.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would be willing to sacrifice 2 turns to do this attack.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do it. We're gonna do this a little differently. Your first roll, go ahead and roll me for the jump and slam.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me 2d6s, but tell me the totals separately, please.
Gotcha. Okay, 5 and 5.
5 and 5? Okay, that is enough. You jump up, you slam. Everybody, please roll me a d6 for defense.
Plus my agility?
Yes. Okay. As you jump up, everybody hears this. The crowd has gone silent. There's noise up in the balcony, but you hear basically you don't hear any cheers. You actually hear like up in the balcony. All right, so 7, 6, 3. Elvira, what was yours?
A 5.
5. Okay.
Oh,
Joe
no,
is
sorry.
the only one. Joe is the only one that gets hit by the shockwave. Roll me 2d6 for damage, Jason.
GM, I would like to dodge towards where the beret landed.
Okay,
Ooh.
that is fine.
Ooh.
You are able to get within 5 feet of it.
Thank you.
All right, 5 damage. All right, Joe, you take 5 damage, and it knocks you down. Everybody else was able to kind of jump over it or stable themselves. So, Con as well. Con rolled a 6. So, all right, now for your second part, Jason.
Yes.
Go ahead. You want to swing and fire, basically?
Yeah, like, since my gauntlets are cracking, like, it's going to be an unstable shot, but it's going to be like, well, yeah, you know, kind of like that repulsion blast thing that I was,
Okay. As you go to charge it up, your gauntlets start to shatter a little bit more. All of you see and hear this. You hear glass shattering, and from up above you hear, "No!" Gitmo flies down, grabs the gauntlet you're aiming with, holds on tight. You feel him squeeze onto the gauntlet. Roll me
With his little
3d6, please, Jason.
No. Not again.
oh my god, give me a second.
Wow.
Holy shit. Okay.
Roll me 3d6. As he lands and grabs a hold, you hear Gitmo yelling, "No! It's gonna no!"
I don't want to roll these
And he's
dice.
holding on tight for dear life, trying to hold your gauntlet together. What'd you roll? A 6 with 3d6?
Wow.
Alright, you are able to launch this cannon. It hits Elcon directly in center mass. Roll me 3d6 for damage again, please, and I will explain what's going to happen.
Question for the GM. Is he in the mech thing to where we can see him, or is he remotely piloting it?
No, the mech, he's up top. Basically, think the mech, and he's got basically the console at the top of the mech, and it's an open bowl, but it hit chest. He's got a little like a windshield, but
13.
Okay, so he's in.
he's there. Yes, he's in the mech. Yes.
Okay.
What did you roll, Jason?
13.
13. You deal 13 times 2 damage because you are buffed. So this deals 26 damage to Elcon. Elcon's mech literally backs up a little bit and falls to a knee. You were able again to hit center mass. As everybody now looks down, I was gonna say, everybody roll me a d6 to see if you see this. Basically, it's if you roll more than a 2, you're fine. So, or a 2
if
or
I
more.
roll more than a 2?
Did you roll a 1?
Let's just say no. You said more than a 2. Let's just say Elvira is too shaken with rage because I rolled exactly a 2.
Okay, no, 2 is fine as long as you roll the 2. Okay, everybody sees this then. They look after firing. The purple fades from your eyes. You feel like you're going back to normal now, Jason. On the ground, you still have the gauntlet on. It is now that you have relaxed and you're still giant, but you don't feel fueled with rage anymore. Gitmo is laying on the ground, and next to him is his arm. It has been severed from his body.
Ooh.
Poor Gitmo.
Is it the same side with the eye?
Yes, I had to look at Gitmo to see because I have the arm that's gone. I have it tucked.
Ow.
He is not dead. He is passed out, and his arm is laying next to him. And you do see orange blood flowing out from the wound.
Okay. So I'm back to normal now. Technically.
Well, you're still in the superpowered mode at the moment. It only lasts 2 turns.
Yeah.
But you are now normal, Jason. You see all this, and it finally hits you. What happened? You have memories of the whole thing. You remember it.
Gitmo.
He's passed out.
I'm gonna get down like on both my knees and scoop him up in my hands.
Okay, with or without his arm?
With his arm, I'm trying not to. Like I'm gonna scoop up everything, like blood and all, like into my hands and.
Okay, so you pick up Gitmo. You see, everybody does notice this. The window that shattered that Gitmo jumped out of, you do see a couple bodies laying over the balcony. It looks like they've been slaughtered.
Ooh.
Alright, who are you passing it to, Jason?
Who's available? Everybody?
All the good guys except Elvira.
I'm gonna pass it to Ryan.
Okay.
Wait, did somebody home?
Yeah, Beck's back.
Oh, did she get dropped off?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay. You're passing it to Ryan. Ryan, go ahead.
So you say I'm 5 feet away from this beret?
You skipped out on me. What's up?
You say I'm 5 feet away from this beret?
Yes. And you
it
just witnessed the Gitmo commotion.
Right. So I'm gonna use this as a action of opportunity.
Okay.
While everybody is distracted, I'm distraught. I'm very
Elvira,
distraught.
roll a d6.
4.
All right, Elvira, you notice whatever Ryan's about to do.
Okay. She's watching you like a hawk as you start reaching for this beret, but she's not saying anything.
All right, continue, Ryan.
So I'm like side glancing, but also looking towards Elcon,
Okay.
and I want to pull out my okay. So relic armament, Lycos battle blaster.
All right. Sorry.
And then
Wham is morph. Wham is weapon.
yeah.
I'm sorry, how does one spell wamp versus wamp?
Wamp is WIIMP, and Wamp is WAAM.
Okay, good. I just need that clarified for reasons.
So as my action, I want to go back, grab the beret, and then as I have it clutched in my hand, I want to shoot at the mech.
So you want to grab the beret and fire?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, he's shooting at the beret?
No, I'm
No,
shooting
at Elcon. I will say you're able to grab the beret, and you're on one knee when you're firing.
Yeah.
So-
Brace
Can
myself.
I, as a reaction, after he's confirmed grab the beret, can I
Okay.
grab him by the wrist?
Let him fire, and then you can grab him by the wrist.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me 2d6 plus 2 for your shot.
That'd be 13, sir.
All right, that hits. Roll me damage.
12.
Okie dokie. You deal. Where were you aiming exactly?
The clover leaf.
At the center mast. Okay.
Yep.
You hit. It does 12 damage to him. And he was already on a knee. It knocks him backwards, and Khan actually falls out of his mech.
Good.
Ah, shit. I didn't have the jerky in my mouth. It didn't sound correct.
It doesn't have that same feel.
We didn't have the twang.
The GM's running out of Elcon juice.
I got plenty of Elcon juice.
Open up the can like
I just didn't have it in my mouth. Shut up, Trevor.
Alright.
Okay. You fire. You deal the 12 damage. Elcon falls out. Oh, shit. He slightly raises and goes, God, you gotta stop hitting at me. You notice. Sorry, I had to dump the jerky out of my lip. You notice that Elcon is, after being knocked out of the mech, the darkness that had surrounded him and kind of changed his color is gone. He looks like normal Elcon. He looks bewildered why you guys are shooting at him. Now we're going to jump. Elvira, you said you grabbed Ryan's wrist, arm, whatever?
Yeah, as whatever he's using to reach down for it, as soon as he contacts the beret, she, I would like to think with incredible speed and reflex, but that depends on if it's allowed, snatches him by the wrist. Not
You want the wrist that got the beret, correct?
Yeah, as soon as he contacted the beret.
Let's
Okay.
roll, bitch.
Roll off.
Ooh.
This is going to turn out bad.
This is
I
gonna
sure-
not bad because he's got the agility.
Yep. And you can't beat a 7, so.
Oh.
That's actually impossible.
All right. Elvira, you reach for it. Ryan, since you did that, Ryan elbows you in the face.
Oh, shit,
Just
sorry.
bow. And knocks you to the ground. Hey, what I see you guys do on stream will reflect. It's going to be a fun game.
Damn you, wrestling moves.
Ugh.
Ryan elbows you in the face, knocking you back. Ryan, what are you doing with the beret while Elvira is knocked out? Are you going to shove it into a pocket, or what are you doing?
Yep, I'm going to shove it in with where the red book is.
Okay, so you got like a pouch.
Yep.
In the back. In order to shove it in there, you do have to demorph.
That's fine.
All right.
Power down.
All right. So Ryan is demorphed now. He has locked away the beret in his pouch. Elvira, you did not see where he put this, and we are out of combat at the moment, you guys.
Okay.
What happened to Godzilla?
Sorry for Joe and Kyle. You guys did not get a chance in combat.
Godzilla.
No, I have an idea. So
With this
Okay.
being out of combat, this is how I would like to picture it, and you let me know if anything doesn't seem kosher to you. Where she's usually shows a little bit of fang, like I'm thinking like, a couple millimeters past her normal jawline.
Yeah.
She's going full on saber-tooth vampire, and her eyes would turn more of a bloodshot.
Oh.
She's going to stand there, and she's going to just hawk Ryan down, and she's like, I would like that beret back, please. Barely holding back just the unbridled fury.
Well, I'm
Don't
sorry.
have-
I accidentally hit you in the face with my elbow, and it flew away. I don't know where it went.
Your elbow or the beret?
The beret.
Okay. Hey, there's a disembodied arm in this room. So
We also have a Frankenstein monster who loses his legs every episode. I mean, yeah, it's a fair thing to
Every
have.
episode.
Okay.
okay. Back in, you were having this interchange. All of
Just
you
on
here,
purpose doesn't believe you.
yes, all of you hear another glass shattering, and you hear ah! You see 4 bodies fall from the glass above, and you see glass fall, and you see a very large bat-looking creature swoop down next to Elkan, grab him by the neck, and everybody roll me a d6, please.
Yeah.
2, 4, 5, 5, 2. Okay, Elvira and Kyle. Actually, not. Okay, that rolls for a little bit later. Anyway, all of you see this is Drac that has just flew down after throwing people out of the balcony. He grabs Elkan, and you hear him whisper something. Joe, Jason, and Ryan, you hear him whisper. Drac can't whisper worse shit. You hear him whisper, "You're not supposed to be doing this again." And you hear Elkan, "Ah!" You see Drac grab him and fly up back to the balcony, and everybody sees that Elkan has now dropped something, and it gleams orange on the floor. Then, as that happens, Drac basically takes off again, but literally he lands up there, and you see a couple more bodies fall down in screaming in pain and land hard. The small child finally wakes up and inches his way towards you guys. He's crawling on all fours basically and goes, "Help! They hurt me!" Pointing at Jason.
Okay.
I wanna go toward him
Okay.
and
Does
try
anybody
to-
else want to do anything real quick?
I want to go towards the orange glint.
Okay.
I would like to maintain that I'm hawking Ryan the entire time.
Are you going to try to stop Ryan, though, is the question. You're morphed, he is not.
I mean, in character, yes, she would love to, but I don't know if that'll fit for your story purposes.
You do, dude. You do what you want to do. I will fix my
Oh
story
yeah,
around
as
you
she
guys.
starts walking away, she wants to. Let's go with a tackle to the ground. She's not going for pain. She's going for immobilization.
Okay, Ryan, roll disadvantage. Andrew, +1.
Is it? I'm sorry, you cut out on the dice you wanted.
D6. D6. D6 +1.
+1. Right at that moment, was when Discord was like, "Hey, guess what?" So you said +1. I only rolled a 3, so he can still.
I rolled both 5s plus my agility.
Oh
so.
wow. Okay, this would not include your agility, but so okay, Elvira, you go to tackle him, and you basically he brushes you off like nothing, but you are able to pull his right side book off of his hip.
So as I'm holding the book, he's going to still look him dead in the eyes. Is going to be like, book for beret.
We're gonna stop you guys there. Jason, you look like you wanted to say something.
Okay, so while I'm holding Gitmo in my hands, and I hear obviously this child crying out in pain. I can't force myself to cry, but Jason has like these sickening like discolored tears coming out, and he stomps, I guess, because he's in his. I'm still in Hulk.
You're starting to come down now. You're starting to shrink back.
I'm gonna slowly walk over to the child and say, I can't control it.
Ah! And the child tries to scurry away from you towards Joe.
I would love for that to be a clip.
Listen, I cannot. Let me help you. I'm sorry. It's just I can't control it.
Save me, Rose Lady, save me!
Please.
My name is Joe. What's your name? And I come up to him and kind of try to hold him.
Kyle, you now look like you want to say something as Dean.
So Dean's going to run up to Jason, but as he's running, he's gonna hunt her off.
Okay, so you're demorph.
He's gonna spin Jason around and learn how to control yourself. But before he goes to punch, I'm sorry about him. He's just very jealous of you. We need
Jason,
to learn.
reaction. I want a reaction in this moment real quick. Jason, he turned you around in mid-cry with the child. He turned you around and went to punch you. I want your reaction right after Kyle is apologizing.
That's a strong dude.
So I'm holding Gitmo in one hand at this point because, Gitmo...
Yes.
So he's about to throw a punch at me.
He has thrown the punch. He turned you around, threw the punch, and now you're reacting. He stopped the punch. But he's still up here like this. I assume, correct, Kyle?
Yeah, Dean's going to go throw the punch, but as the punch is coming, Kyle takes over and stops it immediately.
Jealous of me?
Yeah, he's trying to fight back over right now, but I have a hold of him somehow. He's very jealous of you because you have your own body, your own mind. You can control it. He's just very jealous.
Let's
Learn how to control yourself, damn it.
It's not as easy as you think. It's not just
I can help you.
Just my rage, Dean. It's much more than that. If you only fucking knew what was going on inside my head, then maybe...
That's why I want to help you learn how to control it.
Get out of my face. Now.
That's when... Okay, I have him locked away. Oh, how did I do that? Oh, Jason, it's Kyle. Calm. We can learn how to fix this together. We can do this as a team. We just need to know more about each other, dude.
I'm not worried about this right now.
Exactly.
And I motioned down to Gitmo. We need to get him somewhere.
I agree. Let's go.
So at this point, I know you have something planned, but at this point,
No, you're good.
I want to like find somebody to help fix Gitmo.
Do you want to try to get out of the room right now?
Yeah, I'll try to do
All right.
anything. So you said the doors are bolted, right? You said the doors are not bolted shut, but they're like
The door was bolted. It is now. It's not. You can tell from here it's not bolted. It just looks like it's shut.
I'm going to try to approach the door and open the door.
Okay, I will allow you, but you're basically going to sprint to it and try to open and go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right, that is fine. You are able to leave the area. All right, we're going to jump back to everybody else. Kyle, are you following him?
No, I'm actually gonna give him space.
Okay, Jason, we're gonna cut from you. You're gonna be outside of the room whenever we get back to you here in just a moment. Okay?
Absolutely fine.
Okay, Joe, I want to finish with you. What are you talking to this child about? This child's wrapped around your leg right now.
Okay. I'm sorry if I hurt you. Okay. My name's Joe.
Joe, I'm. And he holds his stomach and literally like goes to grab his leg. Did you do that?
I did. I'm sorry. I was trying to bring you down so you could. Okay, I'm sorry.
The skinny blue guy gave me something, and
The what? The skinny blue guy?
yeah,
He gave you something?
he gave me like a potion, and it made me green and evil.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, do I hear this?
Yes.
Kyle,
For
what the
clarification
hell?
purposes, do we call drugging people, do we call that a Cardi B or a Cosby now?
Andrew, stop that. We're not getting into that. Anyway, yes,
There ain't,
Kyle,
there
you
ain't
would
enough
hear
time
this.
in the night for that
No,
crap.
Kyle, you do hear this. The child finally calms down a little bit. And he looks up to you, Joe, and goes, please just take me home. The room down there. And he points to the door.
Okay. I pick him up and kind of one-handedly.
just kind of just football carry.
Yeah.
Are you leaving as
Go.
well?
What was that?
Wait,
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, Sauerkraut has a rubber donut.
Okay.
I thought that was on Robin's end, and I thought she said, go, and then all of a sudden we hear bouncing. I'm like, did she just throw the child?
Who
I'm
did
just-
Robin or Joe
I'm just
say
pissed
go
to
to?
everybody, so as I start to walk out, my tone lowers,
Okay.
and I just go, let's go.
All right. We're going to say you make it out of the room. Kyle, what are you doing?
So as Kyle hears that the small blue guy gave me a potion to drink,
Yes.
not Dean, you see Kyle start to shake and he sprints to his room to find the Guardians.
Okay.
His
We're going to say you leave. That leaves only Ryan and Elvira still in the swamp.
And
Yep.
Elvira looks pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Which book did she take?
The one on the right, which would have been left, if I remember right, left is grandfather, right is father.
And I
don't know which one I
put
took. I wasn't following. I'm sorry.
the red book in with the father's book. So
Oh,
that's why I
okay.
ask.
Oh, you put it in with the father's book?
Uh-huh.
Well, then the red book drops to the floor, and the father's book she has in hand.
Why is it so important to you?
She's going to sit there and she's kind of trying to fight the rage back, and you see like her fangs starting to shrink back, and she's like, much like this book is one of your mementos of a loved one, that beret is the only thing I have of my mother.
Why would he want it?
Who?
Well, if they're going to tell somebody, it might as well be you. Apparently, I've been traveling the last 2 days with Von Helsing, disguised as my guardian. And he wants this, and I pull the beret out of my pocket.
She looks angry at the fact that you've lied to her.
Look, I know. I shouldn't have. But like you, these things are the only thing that I have left of my father and my grandfather, who turned out to be red relic hunters before me. And I bend down to pick up this red book. And there are symbols in here that I've never seen before. And in exchange for information, he was going to... In exchange for the beret, he was going to tell me more of what these were. But now I know I'm stupid, not realizing that I have no idea where Talbot is. Or what he did with him. So I'm sorry.
She's going to take a really long pause. As you can tell, she's wrestling with her emotions. But as she sits there, her teeth go back to like normal human length, and she's like, no, it's fine. I don't tell many people about the beret, because when people find out things are important to you, that's when they get targeted. She kind of like holds out the book and the beret and is like, oh, sorry, you can't actually see my hands. She's just like,
I was like,
I forgot the monitor is so close because my bed's behind me and I can't scoot back anymore. So she just holds them both out. One is an open palm and one is the book.
Well, I haven't given the beret yet. I still have it in my hand.
Yep.
well, Elvira's got book in one hand and open hand waiting for the beret.
Got it.
She's giving you one last chance to retain some trust here.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Again, I'm sorry. And I give the beret back.
She says, it appears we have more in common than even I realized. We'll find your... And as she's doing this, she's putting the beret in a new spot on... Hold on. This side. Yeah, this side of her hair.
You've got an empty spot of hair here, bro.
Still has. And she's like, we'll find your guardian together, and I would be more than willing to assist you in learning about your father and grandfather, assuming you are also willing to help me learn more about my mother.
Yeah.
Both of you roll me a d6 right now, please.
Right now, it's urgent.
Urgent.
Look, my 6.
5, 4, and a 6. Aye. Both you hear rumblings, and you hear glass shattering above one more time. You see the bat fly down, holding something. The bat lands. Elvira, you would see this. This is your father. Turns back into Drac, and Drac is on top of someone, holding shoulders to the floor. Both you look over and recognize he is holding Von Helsing.
Ooh.
Oh.
Just for story and purposes, Elvira's still morphed, and as he crashed through the ceiling in a new thing, she's going to reflexively kind of like cover over Ryan with one of her wings to protect against glass shards.
Wow.
Aww. Okay, that is fine. Like I said, you cover Ryan, and you see them slam to the ground, and you, Elvira, specifically you, a very high-pitched sound rings through your ears that makes you wince. Like it's very loud. Ryan, you can't hear this sound, but Elvira, it makes you wince and in a little bit of a pain. And then all of a sudden, both you hear Drac literally looks over and goes, "Get out of here now!" Von Helsing throws him through the opening that was the door that Gorgilla and the rest have been. Drac has been thrown through the door, and Von Helsing slowly stands up and looks at both of you and goes, I knew you'd fail.
So, player question, because
Yes.
don't think I've asked. I've pushed people while flying before, and Elvira would probably know this, knowing, she's played around with it. Does she have the strength or gumption required to carry people or a person while flying?
Yes, but you're gonna have to make a roll for it because okay. I'm gonna flash back real quick. Do you remember whenever I told the first 2 days of this time skip that I asked you what you guys wanted to do, and you said, "Well, I went training with the flying," and I asked you how long, and you said an hour, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, you get 1+1 to your flying.
Oh, cool.
If you would have trained longer, you would have had a permanent +1 to your flying.
Ooh,
Damn.
That's fine.
Keep that in mind, all of you. If you train or do anything during time off, I will reward in experience and +1s. You didn't know this, and that was part of the game. I wanted to see if you would figure this out on your own. So anyway, yes, you can pick up people, but you're going to have to roll for it.
Okay.
So
just so it's in the realm of possibility.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Von Helsing is staring directly at you, Ryan, and says, "I knew you'd fail. These Dracs have too much power over meaningless humans."
I didn't fail. I had it. I made the right choice.
But do I have it in my hand?
No. I listened to what you said. I should have asked my friends. Thank you for that piece of advice.
Well, I'm glad you're taking something into consideration.
And I wanna shout out. I wanna yell out, Dwayne.
You want to yell out what?
Dwayne, and see if anything happens.
No, nothing happens right now.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to shout that out.
Okay.
You can intimidate people all you want, but there's one thing. You may have known my grandfather. You may have known my father. Mm-hmm. Hell, you probably killed both of them.
I did not get that pleasure. I only got to kill your guardian.
Excuse me? Where is he?
Oh, I honestly don't know. You can ask Drac that question as he points to the empty. Drac knows where he is.
Elvira looks very confused.
Drac stumbles out of this opening now and is hobbled. What do you two want to do?
So, what I'm picturing, and tell me, is it a constant ring or is it just a one-time ring?
It was just a one-time. Basically, what happened was Drac screeched, and it was a supersonic screech.
So she has the wing up over Ryan, and she's retracted the other wing whenever the thing went on. She's going to close both of her wings in to where they're against her.
Okay.
So she's not walking around like a kite. And then she's going to just very, very calmly start walking towards her father.
Okay.
Ask, what is he talking about? What have you done with Talbot?
I didn't do anything with Talbot. I sent him on a mission. He should be back shortly with help.
She looks back at Ryan and is like, do you believe him?
I don't know.
Ryan, do you look over at Elvira at this time, or are you still focused on Van Helsing?
No, I'm still focused on Van Helsing.
Okay.
Because a kind of rage is filling my eyes, and I'm staring him down.
Okay, he's sitting there just nonchalant chuckling. So, Drac walks closer. Elvira, you said you were walking towards Drac?
Yep.
All right. He gets close to you, and he puts both arms around you as an attempt to hug you.
Character growth, you guys. She lets it happen.
Oh!
But it's kind of like when your aunt comes for Thanksgiving, and like,
So it's a side hug. It's like,
you're not necessarily happy about it. So she's standing there, like arms tucked, like puts his arms around her, and she for once doesn't push him away.
He hugs you and tries to pull you close. Obviously, you're not fighting it, but you're not letting it fully hug. And he's a little bit taller than you. He leans his head down and goes, "Thank you. Now hold on. And as he does this, what do you roll me a d6?
Well, it was a 6, but it turned into a 4.
That is
rolled
good
on.
enough. Ryan, please roll me a d6.
And then it rolled off.
4.
All right, both of you are successful. As he is hugging Elvira, he takes off. As he takes off, he extends one arm, and Ryan, he grabs you by the back of the neck. And because you're unmorphed, he grabs you by the back of your shirt and takes off with you. You fly around the room. Both of you, please roll me one more d6.
I make sure the hat stays.
I was
on there.
you gonna hold on to the hat?
Can I?
4.
Okay.
Never mind.
No, what do you want to do?
I was just wondering if this took any of the benefits that I have.
No, this is
That's what the
this
roll
is
for.
Drac flying, not you flying.
Okay.
And you said you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
And Ryan, what'd you roll?
4.
Both you re-roll, please. You're rolling against each other, by the way.
5.
Oh, 5. We gotta
Re-roll.
stop. Okay, you have to beat me this time. There you go.
All right. Ryan got a 6. Ryan, as you're going around, your hat on one hand, he flies next to the orange glint, and you were able to grab it.
Good.
Barely. And then he flies up and through the window that he came out, and leaving Von Helsing in the center of the arena. So, okay, you guys are gone. We'll reach you here in a minute.
Can I notice what's in my hand before
Not yet.
You bitch.
Not yet. Jason, you were the
Another
first out, so
broken
we're going to stick
arrow.
with you. Yeah, we're going to stick with you real quick, Jason. And you said you were running out the door and trying to find a place for Gitmo, correct?
At this point, like, as I was exiting, I'm like just shouting, for help, just anybody to help. Like I'm not gonna. Well, you get the point. Like I'm like help, can anyone?
As you're, what exactly are you going to say?
Can anyone can someone help? Gitmo's hurt.
Hey, you say Gitmo's hurt. Joe and Kyle, he's out the door. You guys see this through the door opening. The door on the very left, the far one. Joe, you would know what's in this room. The door bursts open, and you see orange basically flood out. And you, Jason, you hear, son, give son I fix.
Oh my.
You're Gitmo's.
Give son I fix now.
I'm gonna hand her Gitmo. Like no question.
Well, she's not there. You just see orange on the rug. Like you can't see anything but this orange fading out from this room.
I'm gonna place Gitmo on the orange stuff, I guess. Or...
Okay, as you do, are you putting his arm down too? Are you keeping an arm?
No, I'm not keeping the fucking arm. I'm not putting the arm down.
Hey, you are pieced together. You could have a Gitmo arm next episode. I don't know what you want to do.
Like, giant muscular arm, tiny Gitmo arm.
Straight up.
Nah, he's turning into Goro. He's got Gitmo arm down here.
I am going to say before I do lay Gitmo down, I'm going to just talk out loud, I guess, to the disembodied voice. Can I come with you? Can I come with Gitmo to make sure he's okay?
Did you hadn't set Gitmo down when you asked this, correct?
No, not yet. I was meaning to press.
Okay. You hear, just give Gitmo. I need fix.
I'm going to hop on the orange stuff with Gitmo in the arm.
Okay. As you hop on the orange stuff, it's pulled out from under you, and you are pulled into the room, and the door is basically sealed back shut.
Okay.
That is you for this episode, or not for this episode, but for this moment.
Okay.
Joe and Kyle, you see this. You see Jason literally. You see the orange come out. You hear the voice. You see Jason hop on and get pulled in. All right. Now, Joe and Kyle, you guys are basically running out. Kyle or Joe, we're going to ask you first what you want to do. You have child in hand.
I just want to try to keep him calm with all that Itma stuff going on.
As you exit the room, finally, the child goes, "Hey, stop right there!" And he points to the door immediately to your left.
Okay.
That's my room. That's my room.
Okay. Here you go. And I kind of set him down.
Okay, he looks up at you and goes, "Thank you," and he grabs your hand and tries to pull you with him.
Are we going inside?
He walks to the door, and the door opens for him. Inside of the room, you see a bunch of looks like child playthings, toys. You see a Tickle Me Elmo, TM. You see a bunch of just very childish kid toys. But up on the very top shelf, there's like shelves all the way around the room. You see looks like vials of different colored liquids, and they all have little markings, and one says one like has a G. They're each marked with a letter and maybe a plus or a minus or something like that, all the way around the room. In the very back of the room, roll me a d6, please.
5.
That's a 5. You recognize. Where did I put them? I know you're here. Where are you? Of course, I misplaced it. There we go. That symbol in the very back of the room.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you would recognize this symbol from the one from the torture room as well.
Yeah.
So, we get. I was gonna say, you get in there, and the child goes, "Thank you. I wanted you to see my room. I don't get visitors that often. Go."
Can I help you with your leg? I mean,
My leg will be fine. I'll just. And he reaches up. As he reaches up, you see his arm stretch and grab one of the potions and pull back down. And he drinks it, and you literally physically see all of his wounds heal almost instantly. And then
that was a good trick.
he puts the vial back up there. He's like, "It'll refill. You have to go before they test you."
Okay. Who is they?
This skinny blue guy. He lies a lot. Go. And he pushes you out the door. As he pushes you, you feel literally like a grown man has pushed you, like full strength, pushing you out the door. And the door shuts.
Yeah, and I just kind of stand there like, what the hell?
Behind you, I'm sure Kyle has already explained this. You're running, right, Kyle?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle is sprinting. Where are you sprinting to, good brother?
To my room to see if I can find my guardians.
Okay. That doesn't give me a lot to go with, so we're going to put you in your room right now, and we're going to shelve you for a moment.
Okay.
You got to give me like 2 seconds to think. So we're actually, at this point, we're going to jump to Jason real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw you, Kyle. Jason, you got pulled into the room. You are now in a room that is full orange.
Yep.
And it looks like old person, like wall, like flooring and everything. It's
Like shag carpet, kind of.
yes, it is shag carpet.
Okay.
So as you're in this room, the room is covered in orange shag carpet. Gitmo, it's still in your arms, correct? He is.
Yes, because I got dragged
Okay.
now still holding him.
As he is in your arms, you feel the orange shag start to crawl up your legs and basically trying to get to Gitmo.
I'm going to lay Gitmo down peacefully and just say, please.
Alright. As soon as you lay Gitmo down, the orange fades from you and literally covers Gitmo completely. And Gitmo sinks into the shag. And you hear, "He'll be fine. Go."
I'm staying.
No, you need to go. I'll bring him to you. I promise.
What is
Sorry, my voice is cracking really freaking bad, so I apologize. No, I wish it was part. No, this is my voice cracking really bad.
Oh, okay. You don't have to do the voice like if you're just gonna hurt your throat. Okay. So Gitmo said, "Go. I will bring him to you." Or something.
Yes.
Okay, but I don't know if this is Gitmo, so I'm just gonna ask, like, well, who are you, anyways?
His mother. I helped him.
Thank you. I'm gonna go now. Please.
The door opens, and you see that none of the shag carpet is actually escaping the room right now.
I'm gonna do something. I'm going to So my gauntlets are still on, correct? But they're fucked up, right?
Yeah, they're pretty splintered. Yeah.
I'm going to rip off a bolt, and I'm going to just say out loud, "Give this to Gitmo whenever he wakes up. Tell him to come find me."
You see the shag carpet come from the wall and take the bolt from you.
Damn.
And then I'm going to walk out of the room.
Joe, you would see the door open, by the way.
I had one last bit of dialogue.
Well, no, I'm just telling Joe that she sees the door open. Go ahead, dialogue, or Jason.
Go ahead, dialogue.
The last thing I was going to say is, fuck, god damn it. I forgot what I was going to say now. Shit.
No pressure.
It was more along the lines of, be careful, my friend, and then exit the door.
Okay, as you leave the door closes back. Joe, you see him exit the room.
And now,
Where it happens.
the last thing I'm going to do is just crumple against the door and just bury my head between my knees.
Okay, are you demorphing?
No, I'm going to stay morphed.
Are you going to stay morphed? Okay. Keep in mind, you don't have a helmet on.
I know.
You broke it.
I know I broke it.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna,
fucked it up.
I want to
Okay.
walk up to him. I don't want to say anything, and I want to demorph and sit next to him.
And this is crazy. That is fine. I was gonna say you sit next to him. Is there any exchange here?
I know what I did in there. Nothing's going to change what happened. I nearly killed Gitmo. I nearly hurt all of you. I know sorry's not going to take away the pain that I caused today. And Frank is trying. Everyone is trying to help me figure what's going on inside my head. But ever since that battle, the cube, the visions, the anger, I'm sorry. That's all that I can offer right now. I'm sorry, Joe.
And I just want to put my hand on his back and not say anything.
That's a big dude.
I was gonna say I'm playing the violin over here. Yes, we're gonna cut away from this somber scene, and leave Joe and Jason right there at the moment. We're gonna jump to Kyle real quick. Kyle, you have made it up to the room, and Hyde is laying in bed, and he's just laying there, and Jekyll's nowhere to be found.
Now, Hyde is the doctor, right? He's the skinny blue guy?
No,
No, Hyde is the big guy.
Hyde is the big monster.
Yep.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Dr.
I-
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. There we
I
go.
flipped them in my head, okay.
Okay, I thought you were confused on the classic movie monsters, and I was like, oh, you and I have some learning.
No, I just flipped them in my head.
As you walk in the
Hang on,
room,
everyone's froze for me. Hang on.
yeah, everybody for EXE almost crashed.
I'm in a hotel with bad Wi-Fi. Leave me alone. Okay, so
Alright.
what I was going to say is that before Kyle runs into the door, he's going to stop. He's going to compose himself like everything is normal and casually walk into the door. And he sees Hyde. He's just going to casually go, hey, Hyde, by chance, do you know where Jekyll is?
Hyde rolls over and goes, finding him is hard.
I mean, you guys are connected.
Only when we're close. He's not close. I think
Naked
Drax
Beavis
sent
and
him off.
Butthead.
You think Drax sent him off? Okay.
Yeah,
so you two-
Drac has mission. He sent him and Talbot off. I saw Red Wolfie leave to find, I think, Sun. Not sure, but
Repeat that last part. You say son?
yeah. Talbot go find someone he like. Kyle froze.
Yep.
he's frozen like this.
You're so
Henshin.
Can you
Okay,
see
Dean,
him?
stop that.
You're good. Yep.
You're good, dude. Like, it literally only something
Okay.
happens for like a split second, and then you start moving again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're perfectly fine.
All right. So he's just gonna go. Whose son are?
Okay.
Oh my god!
The Kyle.exe has stopped again.
He has crashed.
You're back. He's back.
You're
I
back.
know.
Kyle's back.
Ask it quick.
Ask him quick. Go.
Who is Jekyll and Talbot looking for? Whose son?
I don't know if they're same, but they go look for people.
Okay. He's just gonna casually.
He's going casually.
Here, I'm gonna casually drink.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go look for Drac.
Okay.
I think that's what he said.
Okay. So where are you looking for Drac? Where do you want to head?
I'm just gonna go in the middle of the foyer. I'm gonna yell, Drac! I don't want to yell because I'm in an apartment. Or
Dang
not
it,
apartment.
Kyle
hotel.
didn't crash during the middle of the yell, and I was hoping.
Ah!
Wow. Rude.
Anyway, okay, we're gonna cut away from you. You said you went down to the foyer. This is gonna rewind a little bit. Ryan and Elvira, you have been carried by Drac through, like I said, up and through the balcony. Which, as you go through there, you guys would see there's a bunch, and I mean easily 100+ dead bodies circling the full balcony that looks like have been slashed, eaten, bit into, not just vampire bites. They've been there's blue fur along a couple of them. It looks like there was a full-on massacre. And as you leave, or as you're flying with Drac doesn't set you down yet, but he flies through what looks like a little bit of a winding hallway up through here. And as on the side, you see the letters. They're kind of spaced out, but they're fairly large on the hallway. BELCO, and
Belco.
and as you're going through, he finally lands, and you realize that you're in the barn, and you see the stalls and whatnot, and lining the stalls are your little Furbies, TM, throughout that are sitting there. Both of you, he lands, and Drac looks at both of you and goes, "Please don't go down there. I just recently found out that this had been reopened by someone, and I must find this person. He will be reprimanded." And you see Drac, instead of fly, you literally see him like swirl into his cape right in front of you and vanish.
Whoa. And I want to look down at my hand and
Okay.
see what it was that I picked up.
What you picked up? You
Yeah.
picked up a gold coin that has a 4-leaf clover on one side and a mug of a stout, basically,
Okay.
on the other.
A mug of stout.
Mug of beer. There.
I understand what you're saying. That was not a sarcastic statement.
Oh, okay. I was like, let me
No,
rephrase it.
that is a perfect classification for beer.
Okay. All right. Do you guys want to speak real quick, Elvira, Ryan?
If I may, for once again, visual purposes, Ryan just got carried out by like him grabbing him by the scruff, right?
Yep.
Okay. So as we were flying, I want to say that Elvira, if she was able to reach, also reached down and grabbed the thing, grabbed a piece of him, so he wasn't just being held by her father because of 2 reasons. But you'll have to deduce those yourself. And then afterwards, or now that we're back in the present, she's just going to be like, so do we listen to my father and stay here, or do we go find our friends?
Well, did he say to stay here? I thought he was just like, no.
Don't
I
go
thought
down
he
there.
said,
Don't go down there.
Yes, but down there is where our friends are.
Well,
The place you came out of is now basically you came out through the floor, through the side of the barn, and it is now closed. It's been locked, so you can get in there, but not easily.
I mean, I have a lot of questions now, especially with this new book. And I pull out the red book and I flip open to the pages where the symbols were and show it to Elvira.
Ooh,
All right. Elvira, you would recognize these symbols from the torture room.
ooh. No, okay. The ooh is in character. She reads. I mean, she sees them. She's like, ooh.
What is this? What's going on?
These were in the. She kind of like has a PTSD kind of flashbacky moment, and she's like, that Elcon thing. I'm hesitant to call him a man. Tortured me for a great period of time while I was a youth, and these were in the torture room. Yay.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but watch this. So then I'm going to put the red book on the floor, and I'm going to pull out my grandfather's journal, put it on the left, and my father's journal on the right, hoping that they glow.
They don't glow, but all three of them flip open, and you see the symbols from the red book in the middle. You see them basically project into the middle, and now there's a lot more. There's a lot more of them that circle you.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you recognize any more of these?
May I make a roll?
You can, yes, you can make a roll.
Can I use a spin?
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
Mr. ChiefDucky, will you spin us, please?
No.
Yep.
Spinning the wheel.
Spinning.
Spinning the wheel.
There we go.
The monster wheel. Spinning the wheel.
You will have two left after the spin.
You
What
get a
D6?
D6 to your next roll.
Hell yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, roll me 2d6, please.
9 on die.
Sounds good. You would recognize these symbols, but the only way you would recognize them is because, again, through the torture chamber and being raised, you vaguely remember your father trying to teach you to read them, but you haven't basically, you don't remember a lot of it.
Okay.
But one more thing you would know is this language, these symbols were used very constantly by the Order of the Gargoyle.
So Elvira takes a minute to kind of like look at the signals or the symbols, and she looks over at Ryan and she's like, "Did you ever like do a sport or learn a musical instrument whenever you were a little kid?"
I mean, just what my grandfather would always
Okay.
fuddle around with. Yeah, I guess.
So these look familiar. So kind of like a piano class. But imagine the piano class was quite literally 2,000 years ago. That's how familiar they are.
Okay.
So I know that it is a secret language, for lack of a better phrasing, for this Order of the Gargoyle we learned about. But it's like reading music script. Like it's hard to make sense of after such a large period of time. My father tried to teach me this. Ooh.
You, about this time, both of you would hear a loud yell coming from through the dining room and kitchen area all the way in the foyer. You would hear what would sound like a deranged person yelling that had just ran down the stairs.
This sounds interesting, but I think we need to go help whoever
Yeah.
that was.
I'm gonna pack up all the books and then put them in, and then go.
Joe and ChiefDucky, you guys would hear that too.
I guess you go ahead, Joe.
I was like,
I just silently get up and start to walk away. I think we should check on that.
Yeah, it's better than sitting here. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, you guys would hear the yell about that time. So,
Well, I'm still the reason why my dialogue is kind of like because I'm
Yeah.
still in shock and all that stuff. Just
Oh yeah, I completely understand.
I just make sure. I just want you to know I'm still in character. I'm not trying to just.
Oh no, you're good. It was a little harder to hear you, but I do understand. I was just it's just because you were talking low. It's no problem.
No, it's okay.
Hey, that's a beautiful forehead.
I can get up here. I was like, yeah, it's better than sitting here. Let's go.
Look at that forehead. That's a nice.
I got a 5 head, okay?
It's covered by a mask called your hoodie.
Yes.
All right. So all of you now reconvene in the foyer, whatever you want to call it, with Kyle yelling. So Ryan and Elvira, you guys come in through the kitchen and stuff, through the dining room, and Joe and Jason, you guys come in through the back hallway, and you just hear Kyle yelling. So everybody is now together again.
What's going on?
Is it Kyle that was yelling?
Yes.
Oh.
You're the deranged woman we heard in the barn? Yes. Please clip that spit take. That'd be wonderful. And that one too.
Kyle, no response. This was in game.
Everyone was lagging. Sorry, I didn't know you.
I said, you're the deranged woman we heard screaming from the barn, and he's frozen again.
Unfortunate.
While we're waiting, Josh,
Yes.
will the coin go into my buckle?
It hasn't. You haven't got it close enough, so
Okay.
you don't know.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Kyle,
yes,
yes.
you're good. So you're the deranged woman we heard screaming from the barn?
I would slap you, but yes, that was me.
Yes, I was the woman.
Okay, listen, we have had a rough day. I don't want any. This is Kyle or Dean because I can't deal with this right now.
All right. Oh, wait, no, you guys are lagging. Oh, nope, there you are.
We can hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
EXP is accelerating.
All right, that's fine. Yes, we have had a long day, and I just found out that my guardian pretty much used a kid as an experiment. I found out that Jekyll and Talbot went on a mission to go look for someone's son, sent by Drac. So Elvira, Ryan, and me, we're somehow connected with all of this right now.
Wait. Drax said he sent Talbot on a mission to go find someone's son?
Yeah.
At this time, above you, you guys hear, hey. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys from up here. It's Bobo, by the way.
Hobo!
Oh,
Bobo's looking down and goes, hey, you guys need to relax. I know it's probably been rough. You've been shaking the whole house with whatever y'all been doing. And can you go sit down and eat? You guys haven't eaten a little bit, please. You guys went to the library and then you did your little jig, shook the house. Now please go eat and relax. Please, that's all I ask.
GM question. How
Yes.
much time in-game has passed since our Zord fight?
That's a good question.
Since your Zord fight,
Yeah.
approximately, give or take, I'd say 5 days to a week.
Ooh. Okay. I just need that for role-playing purposes.
Okay.
Got
You were
it.
fine.
So Jason's just gonna say I'm not hungry.
Well, then go in there and sit down and talk to your fellow friends, please.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Ooh, sassy Bobo.
No.
I like it.
Hey, no, guys, can we all go? Because I have some things that I need to tell you.
Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, I felt like...
Well, before we go anywhere, guys, Kyle and Dean, both of them knew about this, and the rest of you, I kept this hidden from the rest of you. But if you couldn't tell, something's wrong with me. I'm slowly trying to figure this out. I just wanted to say that
Frank comes running down the stairs. Jason, come! You need to go sit down. Just please go. He's trying to cut you off, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Frank, what? Now you want to show up?
I've been busy. This castle has been overrun, and we don't know where Bob the Blob has went.
Fine. Where do you want to go? To the dining room? My room?
No, all of you need to go into the dining room, please, and sit down and just relax while we try to figure this thing out.
Fine.
You can talk in there.
Jason begrudgingly is going to start making his way towards the dining room and sit at like the head of the table.
You want to sit at the head of the table?
Yeah.
As you head in there, Bobo fades and then appears on the wall at the end again. What is the rest of you guys doing?
I'll follow Jason.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elvira?
Elvira's gonna walk out behind Ryan, and as they walk out, she's gonna just be like, "I guess we've all had our secrets, huh?"
You're walking into the dining room saying that? Okay.
I'm watching. What she's actually doing is watching Ryan 6, but she's trying to do it in a friendly way.
Stare at his ass.
So when I get into the dining room, I'm going to wait for everybody to sit down, and I'm going to place the 3 books on the table.
Okay.
And I'm going to
In
say...
what order?
The same order that I showed Elvira.
Okay. You set them down and they all open up again, and then again the circle of the emblems and the all of that stuff appears and circles. Jason, you see this. You would recognize all these. You wouldn't know what they say, but...
Okay, so is this constant interaction, or were you going somewhere with that?
Oh, no, this is still
cool.
interaction.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you were all good, bro.
So you said it's a scroll, right? You said?
No, these are my... So this here, on the left, is my grandfather's journal.
Yes, okay.
The one on the right is my father's journal. This red one was given to me today by Von Helsing in the library. Because apparently, Von Helsing has been with me the last 2.5 days, posing to be Talbot.
That's deeply concerning.
The hell?
How could you not tell that it wasn't your guardian?
Listen, I don't know Talbot that well. I knew something was up with him. I didn't know exactly what. And now to find out that not only my guardian is gone, but Kyle's is gone. Like, everybody else, I mean, Frank is here. Like, I don't, like, Joe, I don't know if yours is still here or not. But that might be something to check on. Because anyway, this has something to do with my grandfather and my father. Like I said, my grandfather and my father were both hunters before me. And these 2 journals won't touch each other. But now with this book, with these symbols, apparently they belong to the Order of the Gargoyle.
Brian, give me those books now. I know who can translate these. We just gotta find him. At that point, I'm going to demorph and rip off my shirt to reveal the symbol again.
Okay, you all see the symbol on of the gargoyle on his chest.
We have to find Jen now.
The symbol of the gargoyle, everybody in chat. Kyle, will you raise up your shirt? It is the bottom one. There you go.
See, isn't that nifty we have that? That's so
I know, it's so wonderful.
Look at that shameless plug.
But,
I'm going to say I don't know if I can hand over my grandfather's journal. So at the point that we do find Jason, and I know but these mean more to me than you will ever know. This is all I have left.
Well, apparently these.
And
symbols-
I look over at Elvira after I say,
Elvira just says, second.
I understand that, but these symbols have more to do with me and you. Apparently, we're connected somehow because those symbols have been haunting me as well.
Dun dun dun. You guys hear that? No, this is serious. You guys hear that from up above. The piano that is playing, there's still a hole in the ceiling. And you hear the piano and you see a lean over and he goes, I think that was appropriate timing. But I may be able to help you guys with these symbols. One moment. And he finished. You hear piano close, and you see him jump across the hole, and you hear running down the stairway.
holy Tim Curry's ghost, what's going on?
Did you see who it was?
This figure comes into the dining room very pleasantly, and he starts looking at the symbols, and he looks over at Joe and goes, "Hi, I haven't been around too much, and I've kind of been mean, and I apologize. I really enjoy my music." And he's got the mask on. He's got his cloak and whatnot. It is the Phantom of the Opera.
TM.
And he's standing there, and he goes, "I will need this red book for a few days, but I will translate it. I will not take the other two books. Bobo, I will need your help." And about that time, Bobo's face appears and goes, "Oh, you need my help? Why?" And the Phantom looks over and goes, "You know why?" And the Phantom goes to grab the red book. Are you going to let him grab it?
I'm gonna look at Joe
Okay.
and do I give her a questioning, do I trust him look?
Elvira's gonna vamp for time while this exchange is happening. So as she reaches, she's gonna go, wait. I want to try one thing.
Yeah.
And she's gonna take the beret off of this side of her head now. Sorry, I had to remember. But yeah.
Yeah.
And she's gonna hold it close towards the book, and she's going to say, Von Helsing wanted this, and I kind of want to tell if it's for a reason.
As you hold the beret closer to the book, the symbols start to change colors from just a simple red. They start to flash in each of your colors.
Oh shit.
Can then Kyle interject and go, I want to try something too. And he presses the scroll on his belt buckle.
Okay.
And hold the scroll to where it doesn't shoot out by itself.
Yeah, we don't need name tornadoes again.
As soon as you press the button for the scroll, it flies out of your belt, unable for you to catch. And literally it extends. Instead of extending straight on the table, it actually wraps around all of the symbols that are floating. The symbols seep into the scroll. The scroll rolls back up and falls into the red book. The red book closes.
Knew it.
The beret is still in your hand, but it has now lost a majority of its color, by the way, Elvira.
She just looks fucking flabbergasted.
I told you we're connected somehow.
How the hell are we? How are we connected?
Well, you're all connected. You're relic hunters.
Besides that,
Bobo says.
Hobo Bobo. Besides that, listen here, head.
His head stretches out of the mirror again and literally sits right in front of you and goes, "You want to call me Hobo one more time?" Sorry.
See, you pissed him off, man. God.
That was not meant to be Southern.
Jeez, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, this is what Jason's doing. He's like, nah.
How about this, Bobo?
Yes.
I'll stop calling you the other name if you start being honest with me.
I'm only allowed to say certain things. I am locked in this relic. I am a relic. Do you not get that?
And I'm
I'm
only
attached to the
allowed
house.
say I'm only allowed to say the name that I heard you say first. So
You say it again, I will swallow you.
Ooh, please.
As he says this, you literally see that. Of course, it's like liquid gel that is running through here, and you see his jaw. Literally, it looks like it stretches, and his mouth becomes huge, and it looks like he could eat you whole.
No, I'm out of this.
We need to stop fighting.
fine.
And then Bobo's head retracts slightly and goes, I can give you guys as much as I can. I'm here as a glorified alarm system to make sure the city is safe. But yet we've been getting attacked inside the castle. We have to figure out what is wrong, and we need to get you guys back on track. I'm glad you guys are working together for once, but it sucks knowing that the castle is under attack. Why is this? Can you guys answer me this? Why are we under attack?
I assume it's because you guys are secretly hoarding a unknown Illuminati-style convention hall somewhere on the grounds.
We're doing
You've
what?
literally got a castle floating in the sky and prized sacred relics from years gone by, and you guys are surprised that people are coming to get them? I've had people break in to steal my props from set for a cheap laugh, and you think you're going to hold relics with no one's interest?
But we're being as safe as we can. There was a field, and he stops and goes,
Yes.
and you
Yes,
see
I
him
know
start.
about the field.
You see the mirror crack.
Wow.
Drac opens up the door and goes, all of you, relic hunters, please go to your rooms. I will call you shortly. And that's where we're going to leave our episode is you guys basically, the next time we pick up the episode, we'll either be in the dining room or your rooms. I will give you guys choices. So, but that is the end of the episode. Not a cliffhanger. That is a clean seal. There's not a cliffhanger.
You had
They do exist.
it kind of was though, because you had him come in and say, "Go to your room." Why? Find out next time.
Okay, but not in. Okay, not in Power Rangers, but in regular episodes, and almost every episode, they leave you a little bit to drag you along. You don't want to just end the straight episode on like a season ending. I wouldn't watch a show that ended at every episode like a season ending. It's got to drag you along. And this isn't ER, so I can't like have someone hemorrhage the next episode, and then the next one freaking. So did everybody enjoy this episode?
Yes.
It was kind of an emotional episode, like not
Yes.
like
a lot of rage.
Yeah, there was not a lot of there was funny moments, but there wasn't as many as normal. I wanted this to be a more serious episode since we're not going to be here next week. So,
yeah.
Jason, your opinions? I see you lighting up there. Just your face is illuminated.
Okay, see, honestly, since this is the Relic Roundtable, what I really wanted to happen during that whole hulking out evil episode, like, and I'm sorry, Joe, for saying this, what I was going to do before Josh interjected, I was going to grab you, and lift you up, and throw you to the side before going over to the child and. Yeah.
Wait, who did you say that to? Because everyone was lagging.
Joe. Joe.
Okay.
By the way,
not to the
just
child,
because.
not to the child, though. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
But it was I was going to put you to the side, and I was going to go towards Elvira because you were in my way.
Yep. So I have noticed this episode basically showed us there's a lot of friendships in the house that are really, really budding.
Yeah.
That I did not expect. So, like the Joe and Jason friendship, the Ryan and Elvira budded really hard this episode.
Yeah.
Kyle, having Dean on your side makes it really hard for you to have a relationship. So,
You know how long I've been trying to have Dean like his jealousy towards Jason fruition. I'm so glad it finally happened this episode.
Okay.
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I will no longer be calling Bobo Hobo Bobo. Based on the events of what just happened, I will be forever calling him Imhotep here for the next couple episodes. So,
Oh, that makes so much sense with what I've got planned.
fuck.
And I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So you'll be calling him Hobo.
Oh, it's me, Hobo Bobo. Yeah. Anyway.
Does anybody have any in chat or Relic Hunters? Do you guys have any questions for me before we do a little 3-question quiz for the chat, or for
Okay.
even you guys?
I have plenty of questions that you won't answer.
Yeah.
Ask me one of them.
What the fuck is this Gojira kid? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you mean Godzilla? TM? I didn't want to use Godzilla, so I literally just said Gojira and basically mumbled every time, so his name was different every time. The child you will figure out in the future, but he plays deeply into the story. This was your first introduction to him, along with the arena, which will come back as well, the swamp.
Okay.
It has many, and I can tell you this just because it's not really a spoiler. The arena has many different forms. The swamp does, I should say. As you saw, whenever Kyle got dragged in, it was basically a gold vault. Still had the people watching. It's basically basically instead of having something premiered on a TV show, this is just people who want to get just bet and gamble and get the rocks off and stuff. Watch anything. So different things are put in the swamp, and
Oh, it's a fight club.
basically. Yep.
Oh.
Second question: what would have happened if we actually went over to the Godzilla kid first instead of beating the shit out of it and tried helping it?
If you would have tried helping it, it would have helped you.
Damn.
Motherfucker!
So,
You know, I'm about to start just, hey buddy, you want to fight?
wow. The next one he's going to say, hey buddy, you want to help? And then all of a sudden he gets punched in the face.
Not again! Okay, so...
Alright, so do you actually I do. Alright, so my first question for Relic Hunters and chat, the same, is
I don't know
I'm trying to think of a good question. What was the this is actually what who was what was the first thing to break the glass inside the swamp?
Was it a drag?
No.
Okay.
It was Von Helsing.
Von Hel-
Gitmo.
Gitmo, it was Gitmo, fuck.
Joe.
Damn it.
So I'm gonna write that down.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, this is a competition. Great. With this lag?
Oh, Andrew.
Oh.
Oh.
I think I still moving in the background. I think Josh grabbed him. So
It's okay.
oh no, okay, he just broke.
Andrew?
Back.
I thought you went away to magic. I thought I saw you in the background.
Nah, you saw my ugly mug. I understand why you were frightened.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
Let me think. Oof. This is actually a Kyle question, but it's for everybody. But what? How tall was Bob the Blob whenever he was trying to go and talk to Ivo and all them? How tall was he?
3 feet tall.
Yeah, it's split off of them.
I will give that one to both Ryan and Trevor or Chief Ducky.
Christmas
but
connection.
Chief
Can I
Ducky,
get a
you
half
have
a
them.
point?
You have the
Since I-
comic. You have the comic next to you,
Oh.
so you're basically excluded. But you still got the question right.
What is it? Is
Oh,
this
did
for
I not
the-
explain? Oh, yeah, I forgot to
Oh.
explain. I apologize. Me and Chief Ducky discussed this. These questions get you your name thrown into the pot to win the exclusive
Oh.
comic whenever we hit 30 subscribers.
That
I
is cool.
apologize. That was on my bad. You have a max of 3 entries. Since the Relic Hunters aren't entered other than their subscriptions and stuff,
Well, Robin's
they
in it
are.
already.
Do what?
Robin's in it already.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are allowed to be in this, but I was going to say chat as well.
You're gonna have to exclude me from it because I have it. I have the
give you
variant
something
cover.
else.
You're saying he don't want your comic.
I saw that. Okie dokie. So last question. This is asking a little bit much. What? Okay, as Drac was flying Ryan and Elvira out of the pit and all that, what did the letters spell, and what movie am I referencing?
Oh, it's Belko. Or not yeah, Belko.
Mm-hmm.
Can you spell it out for me?
Belco.
Okay. Yes.
Belko.
And Trevor or Chief Ducky did get it right. It is. I was referencing the Belko experiment. That's why I had all the dead bodies laying up there.
Oh hell yeah! Fucking.
Hey, Belko experiment is technically a horror film, so.
Technically, yeah.
And Die
I'm
Hard's technically a Christmas movie. Whatever.
Oh my
Die Hard
God.
is the Christmas movie, and you cannot tell me ever. Even Bruce Willis is saying it's not, but I don't care. He didn't direct it. He can screw off. But no, that was our last question. So since Chief Ducky got it, I'm not going to write anybody's name down.
I don't get half credit.
No. I don't give halves. I'm not a school teacher. No, but I hope everybody had fun.
What's that supposed to mean?
School teachers give half credit.
I being evil.
I figured you would. So okay, my question to all you guys, because I know Joe's got to get off here very shortly.
Yeah, so do I, because Beck opens.
Oh yeah. So what did you guys think of the sudden transformation of the not the transformation, but the evilness of Chief Ducky, along with the his transformation? That's what he was texting me about, by the way.
Well, I already knew, so
Yeah.
didn't surprise me.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that like something was going to happen, but the fact that he and Dean are about the same size at that point,
Yeah.
makes things very interesting if it ever happens again.
Yes.
What sucks is that he gets an extra D6 and Dean doesn't, and they're the same damn size.
Well, yeah, because like as I can't, I'm not going to divulge any of this info, but as time passes, and I'm going to talk to Josh, the game master, outside of this, because I have something planned for you guys, and it's not the thing that I posted in chat, not how I wanted the mid-season finale to do. That thing. They don't need to know about it, because that's a good idea, TM. I'm trademarking that shit. That's my idea.
Destructo the Penguin. They know about what you're working on. I told them before the show. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Awesome,
Really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Also,
By the way, everybody watching, and I've already told the Relic Hunters, Destructo the Penguin is actually Creative Cookie cosplay, and they will be our guests in 2 weeks. Next week we are taking a break for WrestleMania and for extracurricular activities, Ryan, and but then whenever we come back, we will have 2 special guests, which is Creative Cookie cosplay. So tune in then. We will have a lot of fun, and it's going to be, that episode is going to be more strenuous than this one.
And this was January's.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I hope everybody enjoyed tonight. Does anybody have any more questions for me, Relic Hunters wise?
No, man.
Yeah. When I opened up the scroll relic, everything froze. I didn't hear what you said. What happened?
Oh.
Except for
Oh,
it
okay.
wrapped the letters. But
Basically, the scroll unfurled but was wrapped, and then all the glyphs melded into the scroll. The scroll folded back up and then fell in or went into the red book that is on the table that Ryan has. So
okay, now which red book? That Von Helsing
middle
red book? Or,
The middle one.
Okay, so Von Helsing red book. Got
yes.
I love that all that shit happened, and Elvira was just like, "How do I get the color back? What the fuck?"
But that's an interesting thing too. Her sentimental thing was attached to that too. So yeah, like Kyle said, it's very interesting to see how we're all tied together.
And you are all tied together.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
And I understand that he's the GM, but I'm really surprised to actually remember that because it hasn't come up yet, really, in anything.
No. I still next time I'm coming home or not home. I'm coming up to Illinois this Friday, and I've got to meet up with you so we can jot down your house. By the way,
are not going to get to see me on Friday. I work twice.
Oof. Well, I'll get to see you Saturday morning breakfast, and we'll speak of it then.
Maybe.
You better be a Saturday morning breakfast.
Once again, I'm working basically 13, 16-hour days.
True.
I might not be able to help it. I might just crash.
That's true. I'll come sleep next to you. It's okay. And then drive home and come to work myself.
Work.
Alright, I'm trying to think. Oh god, Destructo Penguin just cackled. So no more questions, correct? Anybody? ChiefDucky, do you have anything more to say on the Relic Roundtable?
I'm fucking sleepy. That's why I'm like trying to pull up in a light tab because I almost passed out in this chair.
I will come in there and wake you up with a shot to the chest.
I don't know where that fucking bullet went, to be honest with you. Oh, wait, found it.
I don't know.
Nah, but I mean, we'll discuss more about the future plans that I would like.
Oh yeah, it's all good. And again, as to my Relic Hunters, if you guys have anything you think would be cool, kind of like what ChiefDucky does with me, send me a message. If you have, and I'll, if I think it's in line with what I've got planned or anything like that, I'll throw it in, or I'll torque it a little bit. Yes, I said torque. And I'll fit it into the story or fit part of it or something like that. So send me a message. Let me know. Send me a private message because I don't want the other players to know as well. So this is, like I said.
I would like to go on the record saying, Ryan, you slippery bastard, you.
Well, I was like, okay, so literally he was like, get it. And then when he said that it fell out of your hair, I was like, moment of opportunity. And then you rolled high enough. But
I'm
go ahead.
I'm just shocked that Elvira didn't panic that half her hair is gone.
Oh no, she's still vividly pissed, but it's like if a bus of orphans is drowning and there's a person falling off a cliff, you gotta take what's, the higher priority. And she's more concerned about the beret than she is her hair, because the hair will grow back. If she loses that, that's it. Oh, she's definitely gonna wear the fuck out of that beanie, though.
We have a new style for Elvira.
The
Covered.
old style for Elvira.
I do have a question for all y'all and chat. Is if you know anybody, Trevor, we've already discussed this. If you guys know anybody that would like to maybe guest star on the show, as long as they've got webcam and stuff and are able to, or anything like that, let me know. And I do want to get more guest stars on the show. Obviously, we're still going to have episodes that's just us, so that I can move the story along without having cameos and stuff like that. But I've got cameos planned down the road and whatnot. So if you guys want to be a part of it, let me know. send me a message on Twitter. Send me a message on here through either Chief Ducky's channel or my own, Relic Hunter GM, to twitch.tv/Relic Hunter GM. Just like I said, if you guys have any ideas, you want to talk to me, or if you want to pick my brain because you want to host your own D&D, I'm very open. And again, all of us except for Elvira, aka Andrew, have social media accounts that we use. I believe both on Twitter. All of us obviously have one on here. I'm not giving out Facebooks, but yeah, just find us on there. If you guys want to go around real quick before we end this and tell them your Twitter handle and your Twitch handle. We can start with Robin.
Twitter and Twitch is both Nurse Purple Ranger.
Awesome. Chief Ducky.
Oh my god, my Instagram handle is Ducky the Chief. My Twitter account is Krypton. Yes, like the Superman planet. Krypton_bear.
You can find him at Chief Ducky as well on Twitter because that's the only way I find him.
Listen here. It's Krypton_bear. Do I have to spell it out?
No.
He's cranky when he's tired.
Somebody
feed that man a Snickers.
Kyle.
Zero bar.
He needs some milk.
Kyle.
You can pretty much look up on any social media, KyleCat124.
Cool. And Mr. Ryan?
You can find me on Twitter and here at Deuce Magic. No E on the Deuce. It's DUCE. Shut up, Trevor.
And Andrew, do you want to give your Discord or anything? I don't want to leave you out.
My Discord is ANDWEW64.
And woo.
And woo. Yeah.
And woo.
Woo is such a common name. Every single form in existence is taken.
And again, mine is Relic Hunter on here, and then on Twitter it is Iron Aldi 2. So come find us all. Come follow us. Find out what we're doing. Again, we do this every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, except for next week. We are skipping next week due to personal reasons and WrestleMania. And then we will have here in a couple weeks, we'll have another break. But that's going to be more significant because that's going to be our mid-season finale.
Ooh.
Easter.
It may be right after Easter because I kind of want to do an Easter episode. Well, this is Relic Hunter GM signing off. Chief Ducky, bring us home.
Bring us home, country road.
Well, let me go home.